Hey everybody, welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. Now please stay right where you are because we have a very, very important show tonight. This is the show, if I were able to request that you watch a show at least for an hour, this would be it. Because what we have for you is some luxury bedding, not just some luxury bedding, the luxury bedding. We consider it to be the finest duvet, pillow and mattress that money can buy. Seriously. Not only that, it's more than likely, certainly probably, the very last time you may ever have to buy a pillow or a duvet. Yes, and we'll explain why shortly. We are talking about silk, and we're talking about the absolute highest grade of silk that money can buy. AAA grade mulberry silk, which is not only considered the best silk, but also it is the least available silk. And you have pure 100% full strand mulberry silk in all of the products that we are showing you tonight. Silk helps to regulate temperature, keeping you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It helps to wick away moisture, meaning that you don't wake up feeling clammy. Not only that, it is naturally a repellent or an inhospitable place for dust mites to live. So the Serenity Silk duvet, or mulberry silk, we'll get into that later, is the only duvet that we know of that carries the Allergy UK certificate of approval, basically for the reduction of allergens caused by dust mites. Not only that, all the bedding, it has a 10-year manufacturer's guarantee on a duvet, on a pillow, on a mattress, and you have an unconditional money-back guarantee to try everything that we're talking about tonight in your own home before you decide to keep it. We're going to start with the Serenity Silk duvet. I've got this, my son has this, my family have this, my friends have this. It is, in my opinion, my experience, hands down, the best duvet money can buy. And when we get to the pillow as well, I will say exactly the same thing. It's available in single, double, king and super king. And it's you can put it into a standard duvet cover if you want, according to size, obviously. You don't have to. It looks gorgeous on its own. You've got Egyptian cotton on the outside and 100% full strand, top grade, AAA mulberry silk on the inside. £40 is the pillow. That's the price of the pillow. Again, probably the last pillow you'll ever need to buy. It is a sensational pillow, and we'll get into that. Right, now here, I've just given you the headlines there, basically, because hopefully that will interest you. You know, they say that if you buy cheap, you pay twice. Well, tonight you're going to pay one price that ultimately you'll pay over and over and over again, probably, with regular synthetic duvets and synthetic pillows and such, things you'll end up chucking away. This is a duvet that not only is guaranteed for 10 years, not only has an unconditional money-back guarantee for you to try and find out for yourself the claims we're going to tell you about tonight, but also there are many people that have had their mulberry silk duvets for 15, 20, 25, 30 years and even more than 30 years. And here, he's not old enough to be able to speak from experience on that, but he is here to tell us all about mulberry silk from the official mulberry silk company. Ray Kennedy, lovely to see you, Ray. How are you?
Rob, I'm very well.
If you've had your duvet for 30 years, you must have bought it when you were 10.
29, Rob.
29 years.
Yeah, it's a long time, isn't it?
Still going strong, yes.
Still going strong. The reason for that is, of course, as most people know, silk.
Sorry, Ray, I do apologise. Your microphone's not working. We're going to check it out in a second. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to check whether or not it's switched on, or I don't know, whatever's wrong with it. Let's go through all the prices for the mulberry silk duvet, shall we? So the single is normally £169. We have it for £139. The double is normally £239. We have it for £179. The king, normally £259, and we have it for £199. The super king is £219. We know, or that's what we have it for. It's normally £279. Now, again, yes, you can go to your local supermarket and you can buy a cheapo hollow fibre filled duvet for 30, 40, 50 quid. But it's going to go yellow. You know it is. It's going to go clumpy. It's going to fill up with dust mites and their droppings. And within a year or two, if you keep it that long, is a lot of the weight of the duvet is actually going to be the dust mites, believe it or not. And it's not going to be a very good duvet because you're going to get too hot under it. You're going to take it off. Then you're going to get too cold. And you're going to put it back on. Then you're going to get too hot again. And you're going to take it off. And you're going to keep doing that all night, interrupting your sleep. Silk is different, and we'll get into that in a moment. Once I believe we can hear Ray. We can, good. I was just going to say also Allergy UK certificate, we'll get into it. So I've tried to summarise by making some very bold claims about this duvet, that it's probably the last duvet that anyone will ever need to buy.
Well, we estimate the life of this duvet would probably be 25 to 30 years. The reason being, there's only two parts to this duvet, the top cover and the filling within the top cover. Now, the top cover is the finest cotton you could possibly get, 230 thread count. Anything above 180, Rob, is considered to be luxury.
Yes.
So 230 is absolute luxury.
And it's also a natural
And
fibre.
the filling within the top cover is AAA grade mulberry silk. Now, what I'm going to say next, I would advise any viewer, for their own peace of mind, to check this on, go into a search engine, Google Wikipedia, type in all about silk. Now remember, they're not trying to sell you a duvet. They're just answering questions. And they will tell you, within the silk industry, the professionals, they call mulberry silk the king of silks, the highest grade silk you can possibly buy. That's not silly sales talk, Rob.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yes.
So you have the best cotton you could possibly wish for, the best silk you could possibly wish for. What we've done, we've taken those two component parts, we've handed it to a company with a stellar reputation for quality. So it's not surprising when a customer buys one of these, it's going to last a long, long time.
I mean, that you can't buy a more luxurious duvet, I don't.
No, it's sold with a 10-year guarantee, you know.
Yeah, 10-year guarantee on a duvet.
The duvets we have in my bed at home are 29 years old.
Right.
My wife washes them on average 2 or 3 times every year.
You can wash them.
Oh yes, you wash them a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry.
Yes.
And once or twice a year, on a warm sunny day, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, drop them over the washing line in the garden, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse them. Yes. So you see, there are no minuses, it's all pluses when you buy this.
The thing is that, you know, let's say if this you own this for 30 years, you're talking about pennies a year to own it. But I want to just go back on a couple of things. First of all, you talked about being able to wash it. Now, we're not talking about, I'm trying to see where my zip is here, I haven't got it to hand. Oh, it's up the top. We're not talking about an industrial washing machine here. We're talking about a regular 7.5 kilo home washing machine.
Yeah.
Even if you have the Super King, because one of the things you'll notice is that it's very, very thin. And what's the first thing everybody says?
Well, when we do live exhibitions, and you know, we've been doing live exhibitions for 65 years. And for 35 of those years, we've been selling silk duvets. And when people come up to our stand, every single person, they touch this and they say, it's very thin. Will it keep me warm in the winter? And when I say yes, they say, are you certain? Yes, I am certain. It will keep you very warm in the winter. And surprisingly, it will keep you cool in the summer. Now, people say to me, how is that possible?
How is that possible?
Yeah. The honest answer is, I don't know. Only one person knows, Mother Nature.
Right.
She's had the secret under lock and key for 5,000 years. But it's a simple fact of life. Silk has the amazing capacity to keep you really warm in the winter and cool in the summer. You know, within the bedding industry, Rob, you might not know this, silk is known as the great insulator. People who go climbing what I call the big boys mountains, like Mount Everest, K2.
Yes.
I was in Canada last weekend selling these, Mount Logan in Canada, very big mountains. Everything they wear is lined with silk. Their tents are lined with silk.
Yes, yeah.
Their sleeping bags were lined with silk. the great insulator.
Big boys or big girls, of
Or
course.
big girls, yeah. Boys and
Or
girls.
those who haven't decided yet. Now, I wanted to just say, you talk about silk, you know, mulberry silk being the king of silk. But not all silk is created equal. So first of all, there are different grades of mulberry silk, and also let's cover that. But then let's also talk about the fact the people that claim they have mulberry silk.
Right. To talk about the grades, Rob, I'll have to explain quickly to the viewers listening how we get the silk. That's important.
Yes.
We take the silkworm. He's a greedy guy. We place him in a large metal tray, roughly the size of this bed.
Yeah.
We place the tray containing the worm into a darkened room, and we keep it there for 35, 36 days.
Yeah.
And we feed the worm exclusively in mulberry leaves. Now, it will eat 10,000 times its own body weight in mulberry leaves, and its body weight will increase tenfold. After 35, 36 days, it spits the cocoon off. We place the cocoon into tepid water. All the silk floats off in one piece, right? Now, each strand of silk within this duvet is over 1 mile long.
Wow.
It's unbroken, it's in one piece. Now, not all silk is the same. There are different grades. And the reason for that is this. When we feed the silkworm, we feed it exclusively in mulberry leaves. Now, there are 3 different colors of mulberry leaves: red, black, and white. If you feed the worm on red and black leaves, you get a very high quality mulberry silk.
Yeah.
If you feed the worm on the white mulberry leaf, however, you take a step up and you get the highest grade silk known to man. AAA grade mulberry silk.
There is not a better silk on planet Earth
No,
than AAA grade.
that's not me saying that.
Right.
That's not you saying
No,
that.
it's fact,
That's
yeah.
a fact.
So the point I was going to make is that there may be some people selling mulberry silk duvets, but they may not be the AAA grade fed on the white mulberry leaf mulberry silk.
Secondly, the other thing is this, Rob, and this is rather nasty actually. Very often, especially on the internet, unfortunately in some shops,
Yes.
you see what you think is a silk duvet. It's got a silk label on it, and there's only a small portion of silk in it.
Right.
What they do, they get cotton,
Yeah.
the polyester, and they polish it so it looks like silk. And to the untrained eye, you can't tell the difference.
Right.
You buy it in good faith, thinking you bought a silk duvet, but you haven't. You bought a silk mix. So you see, I always tell people, when you buy one of our duvets, read the label. Everything we have on offer here this morning is made by the official Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company Limited. Our head office is in Vancouver, and we're the distributors for the United Kingdom. You can only buy this from ourselves at a live exhibition or from ShopOnTV. We don't supply shops at all. You can only buy it direct from ourselves or from ShopOnTV. And interestingly, Rob, ShopOnTV charge slightly less than we charge when you buy it direct.
Yes, yeah.
The reason being, the buying team here, they're tough negotiators. They really are, you know. They've bought these at an advantageous price. Then they've done something wonderful. They're wonderful, you know. They've passed the saving on to the viewer. You know, we're actually offering this will shock you, Rob. We're offering these this morning at a price which is slightly less than we were charging for them when we first launched them in TV in Britain 22 years ago.
Good Lord.
So there's value for money.
Wow.
With a 10-year warranty.
With a 10-year warranty.
Yeah.
Now, if you have any questions about this, then please do email the studio at shopontv.co.uk. But also, if you've got mulberry silk, please, if you don't mind just typing up a little testimonial email and sending that in, I'd really appreciate it, because there have got to be thousands of you out there who've now bought this from previous shows, either the one I did about a week ago, or the last one that Ray did with Shaylee. Here's the thing. So if you have any allergy sufferers in the home, as far as we know, the mulberry silk, the official mulberry silk company. Now, by the way, Serenity Silk is a mulberry silk duvet. Serenity is just a name that basically is exclusive to ShopOnTV. It is the mulberry silk duvet. It's a slightly upgraded packaging, and that's it. The duvets are exactly the same. So if we say mulberry silk duvet, it's interchangeable with Serenity Silk duvet. I hope that
It's a higher quality packaging.
Yes.
In case you want to give it away as a gift.
Yes, yes.
It's
Otherwise,
a nice
there is
gift.
no. It is
a lovely gift.
It's the only duvet we know that has the Allergy UK certificate, and it has to be renewed every year, doesn't it?
Well, interestingly enough, Rob, every bedding company in Britain would give the right arm to have this certificate.
Yeah.
Now, to the best of my knowledge, and I'm sure I'm correct, this is the only silk duvet currently being sold in the United Kingdom that has this coveted certificate. And I'm using that word, I'm thinking about it, coveted. This is a coveted certificate. The Allergy Board in the United Kingdom, they're based in Warwick University, and I say this as a compliment. They're very difficult people to satisfy. And you'll notice down at the bottom here, they issue this certificate for 1 year at a time. Now, they're very clever people. They do that for a reason. Very often you go into a place of business, there are certificates in the wall that have been there for 30 or 40 years, Rob, and they're brown with age.
Yeah.
And sometimes, not always, but sometimes, the companies who have these certificates, they let the manufacturing standards drop. And that cannot happen with us. The Allergy Board walk into our premises unannounced. They can check that our premises are hygienic and clean. Everything we are claiming about this product is authentic. Now, you'll notice we have this certificate for Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Ireland, all of the EU countries. There's 27 of them, New Zealand and Australia. Now, the reason I bring that to the viewer's attention, very often what satisfies the authorities in Canada will not satisfy the authorities in Iceland and New Zealand, or Italy or Germany or France or Spain. But on this occasion, the quality of the product is so high and the manufacturing process is so perfect, they can find no fault. And this coveted certificate has been given to this duvet, no other duvet. And if you have allergies, they're telling you here, dust mites do not like silk. The reason being, silk is a protein similar to your hair. And when they see silk, they simply pack a bag, they emigrate.
Yeah.
They don't want to be near silk.
It's like if we went to live in the Sahara Desert versus, Florida or something. I want to say also that the official mulberry silk company and this duvet have, on an annual basis, been re-upped on that certificate. Reassessed for how many years?
33 now.
33 years. Ladies and gentlemen, can I just say something here that I hope will give you some confidence, right? As we build the story, and it always takes a little time to build because there's a lot to say about this. Two things I want to tell you. Number one is that when you get your mulberry silk duvet, you're going to be skeptical about what we've said. So you have an unconditional money-back guarantee. You try it. If you don't like it, you'll get you caught them. Actually, the number is on the duvet, right? And you will be refunded your money if you're not happy. Here's number two. When I first got my mulberry silk duvet was during lockdown, and I was working for a TV channel. All of the motels and all the hotels had all closed down. And so our CEO put porta cabins in the company car park that were about 6 feet by 8 feet by 8 feet. And they were freezing cold in the dead of winter, which is when this all happened. So I have to say, Ray very kindly donated to me a single mulberry silk duvet for my little porter cabin, my little box, my little cell, as I like to call it. And we'd sold these on the air, and I'd heard the story, and I thought, all right, let's put this to the test. And I did an experiment. And I ask you, when you get yours at home, to do the same experiment. You put the duvet over yourself. I came in from work. It was freezing cold. I got myself ready for bed, shivering with cold, sat in bed, covered myself with the duvet. Within a few minutes, my body temperature warmed up, the inside of the duvet. Now I'm at this wonderful temperature, and I thought, just like with other duvets, with with feather and down and man-made fibres, I'm going to get too hot and I'm going to have to take it off. And I sat there, and I sat there, and I sat there, and I just never got too hot. I just stayed at the perfect temperature, because silk has this ability to dissipate excess heat. And so I just never overheated. So that duvet stayed, and it's so luxurious to the touch. It feels so good when you're under it. I slept all night.
No,
like a baby.
you're quite right
Really
to mention that, Rob. I always say, if a customer or a potential customer could put their hand through the television and touch this, they'd buy it instantly. You know, as soon as you touch it, it's something different. It's something special.
Yeah.
It's something that's been made by a company who don't cut corners. They're not interested in cheap and nasty. What we've got here is a very special product. It's not an ordinary duvet. You can buy ordinary duvets in the local supermarket. This is an extraordinary duvet, sold with a 10-year warranty. Now, ShopOnTV guarantee them, but we give you a second guarantee. It doesn't matter if you buy this and you don't like it, and that's highly unlikely. We will refund your money with the same speed and the same civility that we take it from you. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone, no long explanations. We know our return rate with this is virtually non-existent. Rob, you've been selling on ShopOnTV for many years, and so have I.
Yes.
Now, I always judge the success of a product, not on how many we sell, but how many the public return.
Well, we were talking about this earlier,
Yes.
weren't we? And so you've been with us since day one, so about
Yes.
4.5 months on
Yes.
TV. We've probably sold
Thousands.
thousands of duvets.
Many thousands.
Many thousands.
Thankfully.
And you've your son was telling me
You
that
can
you've
put
had
them in a shopping trolley.
15 15 out of 1,000. And
Some of them have been unopened.
And I was just going to say that people haven't even tried them.
People love the product. You know,
yeah.
my grandchildren sometimes say to me, Granddad, you're getting on in years now, why don't you ease up a little bit and retire? And the last week I've been in Iceland, I've been in Toronto, and now I'm here in London. Why don't I retire? Really, I'm an old man.
Yeah.
I don't retire for a very good reason. Number one, I enjoy the job very much, so why should I retire? And one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much, Rob, when I'm at a live exhibition, we go back to the same live venues year in, year out. And very often people pass our stand and they just give us a little thumbs up.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, got one, had it 20 years, had it 15 years, had it 19 years. And it gives you a nice feeling.
Yeah.
When you've sold someone something which they enjoy, and they enjoy it for many, many years, it's quite easy to go to work next day.
Okay, I just have to say, if I may interject briefly, Ray, I do apologise. We have hundreds and hundreds of you in the ordering process now. Can I please recommend you check out? Now, here are some facts here. We're really lucky because actually we didn't think we were going to have PayPal Pay in 3 tonight. But our CEO, specifically for this show, because I was very worried, because I want you to have these duvets, and I was worried that you wouldn't be able to, some people wouldn't necessarily be able to afford them. So PayPal Pay in 3, you can pay interest-free payments, $67.98 times 3, first one today, then a month from now and a month after that. That's online only, so you have to do that at shopontv.co.uk. You can actually spend between £30,000 and £2,000 per approval with PayPal Pay in 3. So if you want to buy a duvet for you, maybe you want to upgrade. You want to, if you've got a king-size bed, get a Super King duvet, so you've got that luxury sort of hotel drape, or a single, get a double, or a double, get a king, you see what I mean? Maybe you want to upgrade the duvets in your spare room, in your guest room, or you want to decide that you're going to buy one for your elderly parents or grandparents or people you care about and love, because at the end of the day, this is all about a good night's sleep. And when you, the trouble with sleeping normally is your sleep gets interrupted. First of all, the duvet, a lot depends on the temperature of the room, but the temperature of the room almost won't matter anymore as long as it's not like a furnace, because you know, this silk is what insulates people in the Arctic. So you got no problem sleeping under one of these if you haven't got the central heating on, kind of thing. But what does interrupt your sleep is when man-made fibres or hollow fibres and all of the feather products, literally anything that isn't silk, that I can think of anyway, is your body emits heat, it gets trapped underneath, and it's got nowhere to go. So it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. And also you sweat, and then the moisture and the sweat's got nowhere to go. So you get clammy and hot, and then you wake up in the middle of the night and you take your duvet off. That's interrupted your sleep cycle. And then you kind of wait to cool down, and then oh blimey, it's a bit nippy. So you put the duvet back on again, and then that whole cycle repeats. So if you think about how many times a night you are disturbing your sleep, that's one of the reasons you wake up and you haven't had a good night's sleep. The other one is your pillow, because you don't have the right support, and you don't have also, again, the moisture wicking capabilities of silk, and also the cooling capabilities of silk. That's why everything we're saying about the duvet translates to the pillow as well. So make sure you get your pillow too. This is the best pillow that money can buy, I believe. That is my opinion. We do sell other pillows, and I'm always very careful when I sell the other pillows to say that I do have a favourite. And so I can see the benefit in other pillows. I've tried them all. This is the pillow you should buy. This is the duvet you should buy. But you've got to check out, because tomorrow we won't have PayPal Pay in 3. When I say tomorrow, so what is it now? It's about 1:45. So in other words, at 11:59 and 59 seconds PM later today, the minute it clicks into midnight, PayPal's Pay in 3, as far as we know, has gone away. So you've only got 24 hours to get these at these prices if you want to spread the cost on PayPal Pay in 3. Also, we're selling like they are selling out. So the super, everything is going to sell out tonight. You're buying everything. This happens every show. So half the stock of the Super King is gone. We're just going to give you some more information. I think the single is also flying. The lowest stock on the single. We're about half of that gone, was it? How much of the single? Oh, sorry, a third. Okay. We've got slightly deeper stocks in the double and the king, but the king, they are absolutely flying out the door. Now, here's the thing. Here's why they've got to get them now, Ray, and here's the reason why we only have limited stocks, because there's a slight problem. When you narrow the field, and so you're talking about one region in the world where you can get the best silk.
The reason
one type of leaf you're feeding them. Yeah. So what happens when there aren't enough leaves?
People might say, well, I'm listening to Rob talking here, and he's saying we're limited supplies. Why don't you bring more with you? The reason's quite simple. The quality of silk we demand, AAA grade mulberry, is in very short supply. The reason being, the tree that provides the white mulberry leaf only grows in any commercial quantity in central and eastern China.
Yes.
And we constantly run out of AAA grade mulberry silk.
Yes.
Now, when we do, we sit on our hands. We stop manufacturing instantly. We don't add inferior fibers.
Right.
I always stress and stress again, when anybody buys any of our products, always read the label. They are 100% pure AAA grade mulberry silk. So we fortunately
full length strand, full strand, mile.
I don't want the public to think I'm being Flash Harry when I say this, but we are in the fortunate position we can sell more than we can make. Yeah. Don't forget, we export these to countries all over the world, and I must tell you, people buy them, whichever country they live in. They absolutely fall in love with them.
I've just heard that the Super King, we have all of the stock that is available in the country. literally the very last 20, we've just literally added to the system because they're selling so quickly. We will not, you don't have any more supply until at least May.
Well, can I mention something that might interest the viewers? This will shock you, Rob.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, I live in Scotland. I live in Glasgow. There's two main shopping centres in Glasgow. Now, there's a company within one of those shopping centres who have a marvellous reputation for selling high-quality products.
Yeah.
They're really top company. Now, my son Martin, who's with me here tonight, just before Christmas, went into this company to buy his mother a dressing gown for Christmas. And they were selling, excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat.
Do you need a sec?
They were selling silk duvets.
Yes.
So naturally, Martin went up to read the label and see what was in them. Now, for a king-size duvet, not a super king, a king,
Yeah.
in this shop, how much do you think they were charging?
Well, it's got to be more than that. It's 300 quid.
Try again.
Higher?
Try again.
400 quid.
Try again.
No, 500 quid?
Try again.
600 quid.
£560. Now, here is the interesting part.
Yeah.
When Martin read the label, there was only 12% silk in it.
12, and I bet it was offcuts.
Yes.
Because the
They
thing
called
is,
it silk tufts.
silk tufts. See, there's a lot of marketing rubbish out there. I nearly said a rude word. You know, 2 letters, one with B, and you know the other one. There's a lot of that out there, and you know, it might say silk duvet, great, but it might say Ribena drink, but it could only have 1% Ribena in it, you know, kind of thing.
These are made by the
100%.
These are made by the official Mulberry Silk Company.
Yeah, yeah.
No other silk manufacturers can make that claim. But based in Vancouver, and I can tell you this: when you buy this product, you're buying the best of the best.
Well, 2 things. First of all, I guess with the Mulberry Silk Company, you don't have any offcuts, do you? Or do you?
No.
No, so I was going to say, but in any companies that are using silk that do have offcuts,
They chop it up and use it.
chop it up, and then now there are several problems with that. Why? You'll notice at the top there is a little vanity pocket. You get one on every single duvet. It's a little zip.
Yeah.
It serves no purpose to man nor beast, except that at any time you can open up your duvet and see,
You can see the silk
the
within.
full length.
Now,
fibres
each strand
inside.
of that silk is over 1 mile long.
So how do they do it? I mean, how
Well-
do they put it in the duvet and make it? It's incredible.
But what they do, they stretch it all the way around the perimeter.
Yes.
And they sew it by hand. Now, it can take 2 skilled operators a day to a day and a half just to stitch one of these
So
duvets.
I mean, there must be thousands
all the
of
way
strands,
through.
right? Thousands.
Yeah.
All
Well,
made
they
of all
reckon,
hanging, like hair hanging
they
down.
reckon in each duvet,
Yeah.
in each duvet, there's over 15 miles of silk.
Good God.
Not any old silk. Mulberry.
Oh, triple A grade, because even the mulberry silk, there are 3 grades. This is the triple A, fed on the white mulberry leaf, the best that money can buy. There is no better quality silk. And bear in mind that when those leaves are not available, the white leaves to feed the worms, when the worms are not in their mating cycle or whatever it happens to be, when there is no triple A grade mulberry silk available, the official Mulberry Silk Company, they stop manufacturing. They will never make a duvet to a lesser quality just because of availability of parts. So these are only available on a seasonal basis. Once all this goes tonight, it may be May or later before there is any back. Unless we have any
as I
stock
mentioned
left over.
earlier, our head office is in Canada.
Yeah.
7 days ago, I was in Toronto, and I went across to Vancouver also to the head office, and they were telling me that at the moment, the demand for our product, fortunately, is really high. And I estimate, I think we have 1 more show booked in here, but we don't think there's going to be enough stock
Well, it'll
for
be
it.
the leftovers from what we have tonight. And that's not going to be, ladies and gentlemen, you've really got to check out. Look at these prices: £139 for the single, £179 for the double, £199 for the king, and £219 for the super king. A quarter of goodness. Right, so the super king is now limited stock. It's about to sell out. If you want the Super King, you absolutely must sell out. Sorry, you must check out. You must check out now. The King. We had hundreds of the King. A quarter of the stock has gone. The single, we're a third of the stock gone. We're only a third of the way into our show. In fact, not only that, we've only been on the air for about 40 minutes. There are hundreds of you online right now. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I always like to say I don't get any commission from selling these duvets. I wish I did. I actually said to Ray one day, if I get stuck, can I call you for a job? Because I'll sell these all day long. I love them so much. So the point I make is that I have no actual, apart from the fact I guess get to keep my job for another day, I suppose, I have no vested interest, financial vested interest in whether you buy these duvets or not. I'm telling you, I am recommending these to you because I have tried every duvet there is, every pillow there is known to man, having spent years in this business. This is absolutely the best, hands down, by a New York mile, in my opinion and in my experience. If you're going to buy a duvet, buy this one now. Just get it over with. I don't care, even if you're going, well, I don't know, they're a bit more expensive than the things I saw in the supermarket. Well, look, it's a false economy. All right, take the king size, £199, right, for the king size. Is that our price or is that? Yes, it is. So our price, no. Yes, our price is £199. So let's say this lasts 20 years, just only 20 years, which it's we believe more than capable of doing. So that's £10 a year, right? Is that right? £20, 200, yes, that's £10 a year. So in 2 or 3 years, you'll probably have gone through, I would say, a handful of pillows, and you've gone through probably 1 or 2 duvets.
Rob, when you mention expensive, can I just mention this? I went into the website of a very well-known company in Oxford Street today for a Hungarian goose duvet, which is a very good duvet. It really is.
Yeah.
It's not as good as this, but it's a very good duvet. For a double bed, they charge £310.
Yeah.
You can't wash it in the machine. It'll be full of dust mites within 6 months.
Let's talk about let's talk dust mites. Let's talk about that because this is important. This is the reason, another main reason to buy this duvet.
When I'm doing a live exhibition and I start talking about dust mites, you can see in the customers or the potential customers' face, they know the dust mites are in there in an ordinary duvet, but they hate to be reminded.
Yes.
And you can see their face, oh my, stop.
I will say we won't show a picture of one.
No,
we used to show a
please
picture.
don't.
We won't because they're actually arachnid.
The average duvet has at least 1 million dust mites in it at any given time. Now, the lifespan of a household dust mite is 10 weeks. So every 10 weeks, 1 million die within the duvet, right? So that's roughly 5 million a year, right? Now, there's a clue in the name, dust. When I die, I'll turn to dust, and so do they. And if you've got allergies, if you're sleeping under a duvet that's full of dust, not only the dust mites that have turned to dust, but passes through their body before they turn to dust, it's not a good thing.
What about the weight of a duvet then? What's the statistic?
Well, the New York Herald Tribune, I think it was, they did a survey on this a few years back, and they reckoned the average duvet doubles in weight in 4 years with dead dust mites.
Good.
And they actually printed, I think it was New York Herald Tribune.
Not in a mulberry silk duvet, though.
No dust mites.
No dust mites in your silk pillows or your duvets or your mattresses that we'll get to. This is the only duvet we know of that carries the official Allergy UK certificate. Seal of approval to certify mulberry silk has been awarded. The British Allergy Foundation seal of approval for reduction in exposure to live house dust mite for their product. Now, it's not the mites themselves that are the issue, although, as you say, the weight of the duvet, half the weight of the duvet after, what, 2 years, did you say? Is
4 years.
4 years, sorry. Is dust mites, but it's actually the dust mite poo that is
what passes through the body,
causes.
Nasty. Let's stop talking about that. It's horrible.
And that includes hollow fibre. That includes feather.
Any duvet is not filled with
anything that hasn't got.
Any other duvet's got dust mites in it.
Right.
Quite simple.
Okay, so say that again, please, Leslie. So a third of the overall stock of everything is now accounted for. So, but the Super King, we're down to single figures. You've got to check out on the Super King if you want that. And again, it's really nice if you've got a double bed, get the Super King duvet, then you get this lovely drape over it as well. I tell you something, if you hate with the cost of living crisis and everything, and you're sick and tired of having a really high central heating bill, get a single. This is what my son and I do, right? We've got a single mulberry silk duvet. If it gets a bit chilly, even in the dead of winter, how many times have I turned the heating on this year? 3, 4 times? That's it, right? Twice, right? So we get our mulberry silk single duvet. It's for the express purpose. It will never go on a bed. We sit and we spread it across ourselves. He's sitting right over there, floor manager Dave, my son. And within minutes, we're brought up to temperature. We never overheat. And now let's get to some questions because we've got a lot.
Right.
And we've got some testimonials. So Dottie is asking, she is hot at night, her husband is cold at night time. How does that work for her?
Well, thank you for your question, Dottie. Can I just say, you're not on your own. 9 out of 10 people who share a bed, husband, wife, or 2 people, doesn't have to be husband and wife.
Yep.
But when any 2 people who share a bed, 9 times out of 10, one likes the bed warm, one likes it less warm. For instance, my wife, Dottie, likes the window open in the bedroom, not wide open, but she likes it open a little bit, even in the winter, because she likes the bedroom cold. I would like it hot at any given time. Now, silk is a low conductor of heat. It retains heat in a different fashion, to say duck, goose, or feather. And 2 people who share a bed. One likes it hot, one likes it less hot. You can both sleep under this duvet and be perfectly comfortable. And can I mention something else, Dottie? Unfortunately, I apologize, I should have mentioned this earlier. People who overheat and sweat in bed, right? Silk, please check this on a computer. Go into Google or Wikipedia. For your own peace of mind, simply check it. It's not silly sales talk. People who overheat in bed, silk will wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. Any lady who unfortunately is going through the menopause, it's a terrible time in your life, and it can go on for years. Buy yourself a silk duvet. It'll be the smartest thing you've ever done. Buy it and try it. If you're not happy with it, and that's virtually impossible, just send it back. You don't have to keep it. We will refund your money. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone. Instant refund if you're not thrilled.
And what time span? Any time span?
Yeah, just listen.
It's got a 10-year. So if it's a week or if it's
You
a
know
month.
why we give that type of guarantee, Rob?
Yeah.
We've been selling these for 30-odd years. We know the track record of the product. We know how few we get back. And you understand, once a duvet is returned to us, we have to destroy it because it's been slept on or under. We can't give it to charity.
No.
They won't take it. They say, sorry, it's been slept on. We can't take it. So we have to destroy it.
Yes.
So obviously, it's in our interests to make a top quality product that the public will keep, that they will not want to send back. And that's exactly what we've done. Top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Anything over 180 is luxury. The filling within the top cover, AAA grade mulberry silk. 10-year guarantee, money back guarantee. What have you got to lose by trying it?
And that's the thing. It doesn't. We could sit here and say that it'll produce gold bars for you in the night, but at the end of the day, you've got an unconditional money-back guarantee, and it's not us, ShopOnTV. It's the Mulberry Silk Company. All their contact info is on the actual label on the duvet.
And very few people do that, you know.
No, I know.
I don't know any other company that does that.
Yes.
We want the public to know where we are because roughly 60% of all the people who buy one of these duvets in the next 2 years buy at least one more.
Yeah.
And if they have our address on the duvet, they know exactly where to contact us.
Well, that's an interesting point you make, because actually what generally will happen is that when you buy this duvet, as skeptical as you are, and then you'll sleep with it for a few nights, and you'll go, you know what, Rob was right. And then you'll go, I wish I'd bought more. I wish I'd got the ones for the spare
people
room.
say that all the time to us, Rob.
You know, so
people say that.
Sorry, I just got a couple of bits of housekeeping.
Sorry, I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry, it's so busy out there, Ray. You've got to check out. I know it's redundant for me to say this. I mean, why do we even have to say this? If you don't pay for it, ladies and gentlemen, you don't get it. There are 4 Super Kings left. Last 4 to the phones or to the website now. If you don't check out... Oh, actually, sorry. Those aren't available. They're already in people's baskets. You've got to check them out. If you don't check them out within the next 5 minutes, your item is not secured. It is not reserved. It is not yours if it is just in your basket. The only way you know it's yours, the only way you know that you've got it is when you pay for it. So please... Now, I realise some of you may be waiting to check out because you want to hear about the pillow and the mattress. So, everything we've said about the duvet, let's now imagine that that's also applying to the pillow and also to the mattress. Very quickly, we'll go to the pillow. Have we got a couple of testimonials that from people that have emailed in, Leslie? Do you have to use a duvet cover?
No, it's interesting you mentioned that. No, you don't have to use a top cover. Most people do because they want it to blend in with the other furnishings within the bedroom, the curtains, the carpets, whatever, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
The quality of the cover on the duvet is so high. Yeah. And another thing I should mention, if you do put it in a top cover, it doesn't affect the performance of the duvet. It's the silk that is the dominant factor.
I will add to that. Ray. If you have a natural fibre, if the duvet cover is a natural fibre, I do not go and buy some cheap polyester duvet cover, because if polyester can't breathe, all of the benefits of the mulberry silk are just completely wasted, right? Get cotton. That's what I went and got Egyptian cotton. So I don't use a duvet cover on mine. David, my son, does on his because he likes to change up the colour, and, you know, he's a bit young and funky and hip and, you know, happening and stuff. So it's up to you. But if you want to, I don't know what the words are that they use these days. What would they say in your neck of the woods? No, fam, you is like, well, like, you know, like, well, you is well what? Cold? You is well cold, innit?
It's well cold.
That's what apparently that means good, or I don't know. So no, you don't have to use a duvet pillow or a pillowcase for the pillow if you don't want to. And very quickly, and remember, even the Super King, over there, I think that's a king size. You will get even a Super King that's a double. Yeah. A king size on the bed, you will happily get it into a regular 7.5 kilogram front loading washing machine.
The largest one we make is Super King.
Yeah.
Weighs just over 2.5 kilos.
Yes, and I wash them once a month roughly.
Yeah, well, it depends. But you know.
Can I give you some advice actually, as I found? So because if you don't use a duvet cover, because they're white, if yours do get a bit stained by the time you wash them, you can use, you know, they have those oxy powders. Don't use those, because the oxy powder is too strong. There is that same company that makes the oxy powders make an oxy gel that is silk safe. I bought it on Amazon. Just make sure you get an oxy gel that is silk safe, and you put a dollop of that or a capful of that into your washing machine. And what I find is it gets rid of it. It just whitens them up, you know, and they come up beautiful.
Rob, we should really stress this to any viewers. When you buy one of these, it's an investment.
Yes.
You don't have to replace it in 5 or 6 or 7 years' time. As I mentioned earlier, the duvets we have in my bed at home are 29 years old. And I frequently get people to come up to me at live exhibitions and they say, you know, I've had mine 15, 20, 21, 22 years. And people simply love them. You buy it, you enjoy it, night after night, year after year, for an awful long time.
And it's great.
It's a wonderful product.
I was thinking about that. If you buy these for a 10-year-old, if someone at home buys it for their 10-year-old, They could be 40, they could be middle-aged and still using the same duvet.
Yeah.
But also, you know, when you put these in the washing machine, I do mine usually once a month, including the pillows. Yes, you can wash the pillows too.
Yeah.
They come back almost brand new. I find they brighten as they dry. They brighten even more.
Yeah.
Here's very quickly. You've got to check out. We're going to sell out of everything here. We just are. If you don't check out, you've missed out. Sorry. I don't know what
busy,
else.
haven't we?
There are now 2 Super Kings left to check out, and then they're gone. 40% of the king size is gone. We had hundreds of those. The safest size is the double, but even that is a quarter of the stock gone. So couple of quick testimonials. Go ahead, Leslie. Lee, so Lee got this from the last channel we worked at, yeah, from Ray. He said, fantastic product, does what it says on the tin, 5 stars plus, quality and comfort. Hygienic, that's a good point. Pure luxury. It's like having, every time you wash the pillow or the duvet, it's like having a new pillow or a duvet every time you've washed it. And very quickly, Stephen also emailed in. He got this from us. Just wanted to say how great these duvets are. I purchased one a while back as a game changer. They are so luxurious and soft that even in the summer is a great way to keep it a comfortable temperature, because you can't. This is the thing, you don't have to have a summer duvet and a winter duvet now, so you've halved the cost right there. But also in the summer, I like to snuggle with something in the summer, but if I'm too hot, I don't want something hot on me. This cools you, actually helps cool you down. Right. Let me just summarise the what do you call it? The prices. There's one chance, one Super King is left. Singles, we're almost at single figures on the singles, so please, quick. And I'm not saying this to panic you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got 0 to lose. Because even if you go, oh no, I'm not sure, what should I do? Oh, I'll buy them anyway. I don't want you having buyer's remorse and you get this at home and go, oh God, why did I do that? Why did I buy that? If you did do that, for goodness sake, get the blooming thing out the packaging, stick it on your flipping bed and sleep under it for a few nights, because then you're going to go, oh my God, that was the best purchase I ever made.
Yeah.
And if you're still not happy, you call the Mulberry Silk Company, or the details, RK Sales, details on the tag, and they will give you back your money. They will refund your money. You're not buying it now. You're just saying, I'm going to try it now. So don't actually decide you're going to keep it until you know you've actually slept under it for a few nights and you've realised that everything we're saying is true. And would we lie to you? What's the point? Because if we did, everyone would send the things back.
Correct.
It would be a waste of all of our time. It would put, not one of them would be able to be resold. You'd lose tens of thousands.
Put us out of business.
I'd lose my job. It would put you out of business.
Rob, there's an old saying.
Order now.
There's an old saying, and it applies to this. Taste and try before you buy.
Nice.
We're not asking you to keep it, we're asking you to try it.
Yes.
And if you don't like it, please believe me, you'll have your money back without one word of an argument.
Now, I just had a very, very quick, interesting, what was this, the lead? Some movie star emailed? So, okay, so here we go. So Louis messaged in. He said he emailed a week or so ago, hey Louis, hello to his great uncle John. He has ShopOnTV on in his living room right now. Hello, sir.
And you?
Turned 93 last week. Well done, sir. In his younger days, he was the lead actor in a film called Blue Hoarder, which was a Western. Amazing. Well, yeah, I love a good Western, I have to say. And I hope that you are sleeping under a mulberry silk duvet, because, you know, I say especially, that's not really fair. But I would think that people who are getting up there in their years,
you know, Rob,
should have, they definitely should have.
What was the gentleman's name? Louis?
Louis, yes.
Right, Louis. I sold one of these two duvets to a very famous cowboy in America who ended up being president, Mr. Reagan. And he slept under it and loved it very much. He bought one from us at the Del Mar County Fair. You'll know that, in California.
Yes, I do.
Del Mar County Fair.
Amazing. Now, obviously, we didn't ask for his testimonial on that, but that if he bought one...
He was a very nice man. He was walking around with his wife. Very nice.
Oh, well, I love sleeping under a mulberry silk duvet.
Good old Ronald.
Super King is gone. and you won't get them back until May, I'm afraid. I'm really sorry. Remember, as these sizes start selling out, it's going to be at least May. Well, I know that's only a couple of weeks away, but late in May before we get more. Anything, if there are any more shows, it will just be whatever is left over from tonight. All right, I'm so sorry. 150 of you have already bought the pillow. We haven't even got to an hour on the air.
Wow.
We still haven't got to it yet. And we've got silk pillowcases. We haven't even started on the mattress yet. But if you know what's good for you, honestly, I say to my friends and family, if you don't sleep under a mulberry silk duvet and with your head on a mulberry silk pillow, you are missing out. I've tried it all. I've been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt. Please trust me enough to say, all right, let's see what all the fuss is about. It will make a transformative difference to your sleep, I believe. In my experience, it has. It will be potentially the last duvet, the last pillow that you ever need to buy. You can wash them over and over. Even if you do, you know, what artificial pillows can you wash? What feather pillows can you wash? What pillows in general can you wash? And if they say they're washable, do they ever come out the same? This pillow, Ray, I've got what, 4 years? 4 years ago?
It'll be just about 4 years, yes.
I've washed it once a month for 4 years.
Yeah.
It's literally like the day I bought it.
Oh.
There are 500 people looking at the pillow right now.
Well,
why should they buy this one? Why is it as good as I say it is?
I'll tell you why. How it's made and what it's made from, that sums it up beautifully.
Okay.
You know, if you buy cheap pillows, you go into the supermarket sometimes, you see it in a nice package. They've always got a lady with her hands like this, sleeping like this on the side. 2 pillows, £10.
Yeah.
You buy them, and after you bought them, you put them in the bed, and you think, my goodness, what have I done?
Yeah.
They're just junk, right? We always say, if you buy cheap, you buy twice. Now, how this pillow came about, we've been coming to ShopOnTV now for about 4 months, but we have sold our products on various TV companies in Britain for 22 years. Now we're here in ShopOnTV, and we're liking it very much indeed. But about 4 or 5, 6 years ago, a buyer from a very large TV company here in Britain, senior buyer, came along. She said, you know, the public love your duvets. Could you please make a pillow to the same high standards? We went back to our head office in Vancouver. We have a research and development department there, staffed, in my opinion, by very knowledgeable people.
Yes.
And they went to work making a pillow. Now, they took their time. There's no point rushing. There's an old saying, the devil is in the detail. We believe in that.
Yeah, sure.
So we went to work making the pillow. It took us roughly 2.5 years. We got it ready. We brought it back to Britain to launch it. Now, at this point, Rob, I should mention, the bedding people, within the bedding industry, it's generally held, if all pillows were sold with a money-back guarantee, they reckon the average, the percentage it would be returned could be as high as 60 or 65%.
I'm not surprised.
Now keep that figure at the back of your mind.
Yep.
When we launched this pillow, in the first 13 months, we sold it mainly at exhibitions, agricultural shows, flower shows, knitting shows, shooting shows, anywhere where there was people. And we sold 86,000 pillows. Now, we didn't get 60 or 65% returned. We got 19 returned. Not 19%, 19 individual pillows. Now, here's the reason why, Rob. This is the one I sleep on at home. I brought it with me, right? Because when I finish tonight, I go back to a hotel and I bring this with me so I get a good night's sleep. Now, if you were to cut this open, it tells you on the label exactly what's inside it. We're not trying to hoodwink or deceive anyone. In the middle, you have a small pocket of fiber. That's to give you support for your neck and shoulders. Now, all the way around that, you have layer after layer after layer after layer of the finest silk in the world. Long fiber.
Strand, yeah.
Each strand is over 1 mile long. It's not little pieces of silk chopped up and thrown in any old fashion.
That's why it never goes lumpy on
And
one
when you wash it in the machine, watch what I'm doing here. I'm scrunching it up. It cannot lose shape because the silk is long fiber.
Yeah.
The top cover, the finest cotton you could imagine, 230 thread count. So that's good news as well. No dust mites in silk. Keeps your head cool. Now, we sell this pillow on our website. You can only buy it from ShopOnTV or from ourselves. We sell it on our website at £60 per pillow and £5 postage. And to use a modern phrase, we're not ripping people off. That is the true value of a pillow this quality, £60 and £5 postage. You are charging tonight for this pillow
40 quid.
£40 plus what's the postage?
£4.95.
Well, there you are.
And it's capped postage, so you can actually buy as many
so
items
you're
as
saving
you want.
£20.
You only pay one postage and packing.
Now, all I can tell you is this. When you get 19 returned out of 86,000, it's a nice feeling. You know the product is A-OK. Buy it, try it. No dust mites, keeps your head cool, top quality cotton, top quality filling, money back guarantee, nothing to lose.
This is a hollow fibre, you know, and all right, you might get a pack of 2 or 3 or 4 of these for 20, 30 quid, but this is a new one. Within 2-3 months, they'll be yellow. They'll be half the size. They'll have flattened down because all your sweat then the fibres would have deteriorated.
Not only sweat, Rob, every single person,
Yep.
little babies, old men like me, when they sleep at night, they dribble onto the
true,
pillow.
true.
Everybody dribbles and everybody sweats. Well, you'll find the fact you can wash this is it's so healthy.
Yeah.
But apart from the health factor and apart from the money, the value for money factor, it's just so beautiful to sleep on.
There are hundreds of people. How many of these did we start with, Leslie? Okay. Wow. So we started with several hundred, and about 25% of the stock that a massive stock that we started with, is now spoken for in people's baskets. And by the way, if you're going to buy 2 of these, 3, 4, maybe for you, for the kids if you've got them, for your partner if you have one, maybe for the guest room, the bedroom, for mum, for dad, for grandma, for grandpa, anyone in your family. If you care about anyone in your life, please either get one of these for them or ask them to tune in now and get one for themselves. Because I'm going to make a bold statement here, and I don't care, because at the end of the day, you've got an unconditional money back guarantee. You'll get your money back. If I'm talking a load of old garbage, you literally call the number that's on the pillow itself, say, I'm not happy, I want my money back. That Robbie was talking absolute garbage, and you'll get your money back. 86,000 pillows,
19 returned.
19 returned. That's a percentage of 0.00 something. It's minuscule.
No dust mites.
No dust mites because
silk.
of the Allergy UK certificate that covers the duvets. The same technology with the silk applies
same
to the pillow.
technology. It's simply a top quality pillow at an affordable price that's going to last you for years.
And that's the thing. I was going to say, here's the bold claim I'm about to make, and you can call me whatever you like. If you haven't, I'm getting a bit bolshy here, because I'm telling you what, I know what's good for you. I know what's better for you than you do right now. If you ain't got a mulberry silk pillow, you haven't slept on a decent pillow ever in your life. I guarantee it. Even if you've gone to, hotels, they might have had some nice pillows, but they're still not these. Even if you've been to the most expensive hotel in the world, unless they're selling a full-length strand, AAA grade mulberry silk pillow, you've not slept on a decent pillow. You've not had as good a night's sleep as you could possibly have, because your pillow is so important. So I'm telling you,
I think
if you haven't got one of these, you've got to buy one now.
I think
That's
it's
it.
the most
Done.
important thing, the pillow.
Yeah.
It really is. You just lie down, put your head on it, and you think, yes, I've done the right thing. I've bought a decent pillow.
Sorry, Rag, I hate it when we get to this point of the show because I'm forever interrupting you, and I don't actually like doing that. I do apologise. We are now down to less than half the stock remaining of the king size of the duvet. We had hundreds of those to start with. Sold out of the Super King. And how many of the single left? Literally just a handful of the single, right? Right,
Very
if you want the
busy.
single, you've got to check out on the single immediately or you'll miss it. That's simple as that. Sorry, I don't know what else to do. This is legit. We're on ITV1 and STV here. If I'm saying these things are selling out, they are selling out. I have to be honest, even though I am. But please don't take my word for it just because I'm telling you the truth. We're also under very strict guidelines of the ASA and Ofcom and all this kind of thing. I'm telling you, when we say these things are sold out, they're all bought and paid for and gone. We've still got 500 of you in the ordering process as well. Those 500 people, you've got to pay for your goods. We're getting loads of messages. I promise you, once it quietens down, well, if it ever quietens down, a little bit later, in about 20 minutes, half an hour, I promise you I'll read all of your emails out. Thank you so much for all your testimonials. Leslie will sift through for any questions, though. I mean, every time I wash my pillow, it's like it's brand new. To me, it's like a sort of, because I like a firmer pillow and it's perfect for me, but some people like a softer pillow, it's perfect for them.
Well, this
Kind of
self-adjusts, that's what silk does. And one thing I should mention when we're talking about how long is it going to last? Right, this is the one I sleep on at home. I go to bed most evenings around about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I rise 6:30 every morning. It's the way I am. I get up fairly early every morning, so it's roughly 7, 8 hours every night. I've slept in this pillow for 15,000 hours.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's a lot, yeah.
It's been washed 3 or 4 times every year. No problem. Just wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees. But apart from all this, there's only one way you're going to find out if what we're saying is correct. You've got to buy it.
Yeah.
And if you buy it and try it and you don't like it, we will refund your money.
What pillow comes with a money-back guarantee?
None. You know, if you go back to a supermarket and I'll give you an example. As you know from previous conversations we have had, my children are all grown up and left home. My wife, unfortunately, has had an accident and she is not totally bedbound, but she's not as mobile as she used to be.
Right.
So I go, when I'm at home, I do most of the food shopping. I go to the local supermarkets. And I was in the local supermarket a few months ago, and the lady at the checkout, she said to me, she said, "You're the man that sells these pillows and television, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "Are they really any good?" I said, "Well, yes, they are." She said, "Well, I'm going to buy some." And I burst out laughing. I said, "You sell pillows in here, 2 for £10. She said, "Nobody buys." She said, "None of the staff buy them, they're rubbish." She said, they come back all the time. She said, "But we don't give the money back. Under the Health and Hygiene Act, once they've been slept on,
You can't, yeah.
you can't."
But you don't care.
No,
Because
we get
all right, you might have to trash 19 out of every 86,000.
Yeah, and you know, it's quite simple. If you're one of the people watching tonight, please trust me and Rob. Buy this pillow, trust this, and you will be thrilled, absolutely thrilled.
Yeah.
And again, I'll stress, I don't want to get too repetitious in this and boring. Your money is safe if you don't like it.
Can I also just remind you as well that once these are gone, the chances are you won't see them for a month or two again because of the production of silk, and it's just these are seasonal products because when the AAA grade top quality best silk in the world Mulberry silk isn't available, the Mulberry Silk Company, they just stop making their goods until it is available again. They never lower their standards to accommodate demand, ever. And that's part of their reputation, for 30 plus years, or more than that, actually. You've been in 50 years.
Nearly, as a company, we're the distributor for the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm more or less semi-retired now. My son Martin runs the business now. He's with me here tonight. He comes to make sure I don't get lost. He said, "Dad, you're going to London, I better come with you." I lived in London for 15 years when I was a young boy. It's a beautiful city.
Yes.
I know my way around it, but he comes anyway and holds my hand.
Oh, I love that. So there are about 500 of you who are ordering the pillows now. We only started with 600, and that 500 of you are sniffing around them already. And I just want you to know, if you are going to buy for multiple people, now's the time to do it. The last thing I want to do is put you in a financially difficult situation. But if you're buying them for maybe you and your partner, and then you'll see and you'll get the kids, you'll sort the kids out later, because it's a financial thing. Tonight we've got PayPal Pay in 3. We won't have that tomorrow. We only have it for a limited period of time at the moment. It's to do with accounting and cash limits and I don't know, stuff that's way above my pay grade. So tonight, while we've got it, you can actually spend up to £2,000. I'm not suggesting you do that, but if you did want to get duvets for the whole house and pillows for the whole house, or if you wanted to get some for your friends and family, because here's the thing, you'll actually be happier knowing you've got it, if you can afford it, than if you went, well, I'll try it now and see if I like it, and then I'll come back and buy more. Because they won't be here when you come back and buy more, and PayPal won't be here possibly when you come back to buy more. And you know, PayPal will be back eventually, and the pillows and the duvets will be back eventually. But it might be a month or two gap. So you're going to be wishing that, you know, I wish that the kids, or my, you know, the in-laws, or the grandparents, or the parents, or whoever, were actually benefiting from this now. Because once you've slept on this for 2 or 3 nights, you're actually going to say to yourself, he was right, Rob was right. Mark my words, if anyone's had a bad experience with a mulberry silk pillow, if anything I'm saying is a lie, or rubbish, or embellished, or over-exaggerated, you can't really over-exaggerate, in any way, email now and I will read it on the air. Because I guarantee there's no one out there that can in any way take umbrage with what I'm saying if they've actually slept on the pillow or slept under the duvet, because it's true.
And it's going to last a long, long time.
Yeah, decades.
Silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world.
Yeah.
And the top cover is 230 thread count Egyptian cotton.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard to see how anybody could find fault with this. What we've done, we have taken the 2 finest fabrics in the world, natural fibre, not made by man, made by nature, the 2 finest fabrics in the world. We've passed those fabrics to a company with a stellar reputation for quality. They've made the product to the highest standards. Yeah. They've given it a guarantee, a money-back guarantee, and you have nothing to lose by trying it. But one thing I do know, when you buy it, you'll be pleased you did.
Standard size pillowcases as
yes.
well, Raymond. In fact, we have these amazing
standard UK size
silk, 100% mulberry silk pillowcases.
Yes.
If you want them.
Yeah.
Should we give the details of the? Let's talk some pillowcases, shall we?
I love talking about these.
Now we say 100% mulberry silk. That's technically not true, because they have got a cotton interior to stop them from.
Now, do you know why this one's a bit creased? I'll have to get it ironed.
Don't worry.
Do you know why they have a cotton interior?
Yeah.
There's a phrase that is known all over the world.
Yeah.
When you're trying to tell people that everything is perfect, and that phrase is smooth as silk. I've never known anybody say smooth as cotton.
No.
Now,
true.
compared to silk, cotton, even the finest cotton is coarse.
Yeah.
If you put it under a microscope, compared to silk, the finest cotton is coarse. So what we do, the top cover is 100% AAA grade mulberry silk. Then we've done something very few companies do. Inside the silk, we'll put a very thin layer of cotton.
Yes.
Now, the cotton being coarse grips the pillow.
Yes.
So when you put the pillow within the top cover, within the pillowcase, it's now smooth as silk.
Yes.
You don't get a crease of any sort. This one's been crumpled up. Young David is going to get 50 lines when I see him. That should have been steep.
We'll just dock his pay, don't worry.
Oh, yeah. Rob, you don't pay him, do you?
Well, not very much.
I never pay my children.
Not in money.
If you pay them once, they expect it all the time. Never do that.
Now we have several colours of this particular pillow. So there is white, there is Arctic ice.
Yeah.
Which is that lovely blue colour
that's the most popular.
Ray's got there, yeah. There's also Desert Dream, or there is the gold one is the Desert Dream behind the white, and the Sage is the green one.
Yeah. Now, when people see me at a live exhibition, They say, I've read about these pillowcases. They stop your wrinkling, don't they? And they get a shock when I say, I'm sorry, nothing will stop your wrinkling. And nothing will.
No.
But what you can do, you can slow the process down dramatically. Now, in silk, there are 18 amino acids. One of them is called sericin. You spell that S-E-R-I-C-I-N.
Yes.
Now, what sericin does as you sleep, it keeps your skin hydrated. It actually traps the moisture within your skin. Cotton, and I think everybody knows this, cotton will take the moisture from your skin, and that's what causes your skin to dry out when you're sleeping, and that's what causes you to get the wrinkles and the creases. Silk stops that part of it happening. It keeps your skin hydrated. And ask your hairdresser if he or she is knowledgeable. They will tell you there is no static in silk, none whatsoever, so it cuts out frizz. And if you have long hair in particular, I have 4 granddaughters aged from 14 to 18.
Yeah.
They all have long hair right down to their waist. Seems to be the fashion these days.
Yeah.
And very often people with long hair would tie their hair up. Otherwise they end up with bedhead in the morning.
Right.
And that cannot happen with silk. You get no tangling of your hair. Now, this is important, Rob. The sericin within the pillowcase never washes out.
Right.
We estimate that you can wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees, as often as you want.
Yep.
And we estimate this pillowcase, because it's pure silk, no inferior fibers mixed in with it, will last you 20 to 25 years. And here's something else I should warn the public about. This has happened quite a lot recently. We've had people, when we're doing live exhibitions, they've come up and they've said to us, you know, can I have a look at your pillowcases? We hand it to them. And they say, oh, you know, I bought some pillowcases off the internet and the silk was only on one side.
Oh,
they don't tell you that when you buy it. This is 100% silk.
All the way on the outside with a
on
cotton
both
interior
sides.
to stop slip. I just want to say, for the record,
Right.
Obviously, we are not making any medical claims or any cosmetic claims or any beauty claims or skincare claims, because I think you probably have noticed that Ray's sitting in a cardigan, I'm sitting in a jacket. Neither of us have a white coat on. However,
well said.
from what well, if I did, it would have straps around the back. Obviously, what we're suggesting is if you go and look and research sericin and silk, there is a ton of documentation out there, and probably a lot of it is clinical proof and studies and all this kind of thing. We just don't have the ability to.
We're not
talk
medical
about that
practitioners.
No, because we haven't.
We have to be very careful
trials,
what we say.
But the evidence is out there, and if they're saying 100% silk does that, and these are 100% silk pillowcase, I said suitcases, 100% silk pillowcases, then you know. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
let's call it a potential wonderful side benefit.
it is without shadow of doubt. If you take a pride in your appearance, whether you're a man, woman, boy, or girl, if you take a pride in your appearance, you want your hair to look wonderful, really wonderful, you know, and you want your skin to look good. Take
Sleeping
my
on silk
advice.
may help.
Take my advice. Buy a silk pillowcase. It will help, and it will help.
But
That's
also,
all I'm saying.
Ray,
Do your own research.
if nothing else, look, we're missing out the point here, the big point. Silk is sexy, baby. It's luxury.
Oh,
It's like
look,
sleeping on.
Just look how beautiful.
Oh,
that is.
honestly, it's total indulgence. It's like.
And here's the interesting thing, Rob. You know, we're coming into this will surprise you. As far as duvets, pillowcases are concerned, and pillows, we sell slightly more just slightly more in the summer than we do in the winter.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why. We sell them all the time anyway. But the reason why we sell pillowcases so many in the summer, people tend to sleep with the bedroom window closed because we live in a very dangerous times.
True.
right?
True.
When I was a young boy, I remember
Left
I
the
was
front
born
door
during
ajar.
I was born during the war years, and my mother used to leave the bedroom window open at night.
Yeah.
And no problem at all.
First
But
time I moved,
these days people wouldn't do that.
No.
So they tend to close the windows, and the bedrooms get very hot, and that's when silk comes into its own. Perfect.
Right, let's do a little stock take. Can I just say thank you so much, because a lot of, I mean,
4 colours.
we had a massive audience when we started, and a lot of you have stayed with us, and we really appreciate that. It is interesting. We haven't even covered the mattress yet. I know a lot of you are waiting to get the mattress details. So just very quickly, this is going to allow you to sleep on top of mulberry silk, and also have a really well-engineered mattress underneath it, giving you the support and everything else. Again, while we have PayPal Pay in 3, it's I want to just go over everything. So I'm going to give you the details of the mattress. Then I'm going to tell you what is left, or more to the point, what isn't left on the duvet and the pillow. And all I'm saying is, if you've got something in baskets, check out now. Unless you are if you're looking at a mattress, I realise if you're waiting to find out about the mattress before you check out, I do understand, and thank you for your patience. It's just, there's only so much we can do in the time that we've got. So the double, well, let's start with the single, there it is. So $549 is the usual price, ours is $360. It's $9.95 delivery across the board. Remember, it is capped P&P. The $4.95 is the standard capped delivery, so these are an extra £5 because they are big and bulky, but that's only per mattress. Everything else is still, if you put other things that are $4.95 in your basket, you still won't pay any extra postage, if that makes sense. $749 is the double price. Ours is $450. King size $799, ours $500. $899 for the Super King, and we are at $550. Now, if you go to the RK Sales website, again, RK Ray Kennedy Sales, they are the official UK distributor of Mulberry Silk, the official Mulberry Silk products, and the Cocoon mattress, which was invented by you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You will find they have 2 different models of mattress. There is a standard mattress and the pillow top. The standard mattress is the prices that we have tonight for the pillow top are the prices that they normally charge for the standard. So in other words, you're getting a free upgrade from the standard mattress to the pillow top that is full of mulberry silk, like your duvets. And we're going to tell you all about it in about 5 to 10 minutes. Plus, there are all kinds of different layers, pocket springs, incredible support. Here's what it looks like. I mean, it is just absolute
60-day trial period.
60-day trial period, 10-year manufacturer's warranty. Just superb.
Bliss.
Bliss. Bliss on a bed. Right. Okay, let's go through the duvet sales, shall we? So, Super King sold out. We have how many of the single available on the duvet? Okay, and in baskets? They're all in baskets? Right, okay, so the next 8 people to go to either the phones 03333 241 241 or to go to shopontv.co.uk and check out. We'll get the single duvet. Remember, I recommend if you've got it in your budget to have as a spare, as a little blankie for in front of the telly, or for keeping your knees warmer or whatever. Definitely you've got to get yourself a single, because they're just wonderful to have, not necessarily on a bed, but also, look, how many times do we complain about the kids, or do the kids complain, Mom, Dad, I can't sleep, I'm too hot. And isn't it, I know it sounds weird, but we generally love our kids, don't we? Sometimes. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to like them, but you do have to love them. But yet, I think because we think they're resilient, we kind of forget about them, don't we, sometimes? They've got the rubbish duvet, they've got the rubbish mattress that probably, maybe was a hand-me-down from 10 or 20 years ago. They got all the rubbish stuff because we just think, oh, they're fine. They'll just, they'll bounce back. Well, we put all the luxury stuff on our beds. Well, then they complain. So now's the time for the kids to get them a decent duvet and get them a decent pillow, and maybe they'll give you a bit of peace and quiet because they'll actually sleep through the night. So almost sold out on the, the single. Double, right, give me some stats on the double, please, Leslie. How many to start with? Okay. So we're about a third of the stock gone on the double, and that was a big stock. We had a couple of hundred of those to begin with. Then the king size, we are down to the last third of the stock, basically. So, and actually, and of all of the stock remaining, most of it's in baskets, right?
We're talking about a mattresses here.
No, just duvets.
That's a duvet, sorry.
Duvets, yeah. Okay, so about half of what is left is already in people's baskets. We had big stock. We got as much as we could, but there comes a point where we can't get any more from you because we've literally got all your stock in the UK, haven't we?
Yeah, and
got to check out now.
as we already mentioned at one point in the program, we're limited because we will only use AAA grade mulberry silk, and of all the silk produced in the whole of the world, there's only 6% that is AAA grade mulberry silk, and we have roughly 35 countries asking us for our product.
Let's do some questions. So, and it's funny, I can answer these, but I won't because you're my guest. Otherwise,
Right,
what's the
thank
point
you
in
very
getting you
much.
coming all the way down from Glasgow? So Dawn has got, she's got duvets and pillows. She absolutely loves them.
Thank you, Dawn.
She wants to know what's the best detergent to wash them with, and also should you use fabric softener?
You can use fabric softener. Silk is very strong. Don't be fussy what you wash it with. Your normal washing agent, just put it in the machine, a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry, line dry. And something else I should mention, Don, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, once or twice a year, on a warm sunny day, hang it over the washing line in the garden, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse it. You know that lovely feeling you get, Rob, when you have, we call it in our house, we call it clean sheets night.
Yeah.
When you put the fresh laundry in the bed,
Yes.
you get into the bed at night, you're feeling tired, you relax in the bed and you think, oh, there is a God. Thank you, God. This is lovely.
Yes.
That's the feeling you get every single night when you sleep under silk. No body odors, you don't sweat 30% of its own weight. It takes
Well, you
away
may sweat, but
moisture.
it wicks away your sweat,
Yeah.
so you don't end up stewing in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Check that on a computer.
Can I just say, if I may chip in to your answer there?
Yeah.
I tend to avoid using powders because especially it depends on the size of the duvet. If you've got a Super King, which will fit more than happily into a 7.5 kilo front-loading washing machine, but it is going to take up probably most of the drum. It's quite airy. If you use powders, sometimes they can get stuck and clump inside. I use a gel. There's a particular detergent that is a gel that's very good at low temperatures. You can use that. You can use tablets as well, but I find because it or the strips you can use, as long as it's something that dissolves very easily and readily.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might, with powders, they sometimes can clump, and you get a clump of powder on, and it doesn't work. That's my advice. Fabric. I don't use fabric softener because it's soft enough on its own. But there's no. Don't use any bleach. Don't use
bleach. I should have mentioned
If you want
that.
to whiten, get yourself an oxy gel. It has to be silk. Some of the oxy powders, because it's hydrogen peroxide, I think, is what some of them are made of. They can be too harsh for silk. Make sure that you check. I found mine. It's one of the main oxy makers, and they make it in a gel form that is silk. Silk friendly. So make sure it is silk friendly. Okay. That will whiten and generally brighten the whole thing. As far as getting stains out, what sort of stain? If there's a customer whose dog sleeps on their bed. So they sometimes get the odd paw print, I suppose. Again, any of the oxy sprays,
Yes.
you could use your Blue Magic on it.
Yeah.
Anything non-bleach, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Vanish, anything like that.
Yeah, Vanish, that kind of thing.
No problem.
Yeah, good.
There really are there are no problems really.
No.
It's a top quality product made with top quality fabrics. It's going to last you a long time, and if it doesn't, you can have a refund.
Exactly. And that is unconditional. It really is. And that's literally on your duvets, your pillows, everything. There will be a tag, an official tag.
We have to put that on by law.
Yeah, it has to be on there by law.
It tells
By the way, this does say professional clean or dry.
Yes.
Clean. You can do that, but
Yes,
you can wash them in your washing
But
machine.
if you read it properly, it will also tell you you can machine wash at
The
room
wash at home
temperature.
instructions are there as well, yeah. So you can do either. But yeah, don't waste your money having a dry clean.
People, can I mention, Rob, I haven't mentioned this, people who are bedbound, this is a blessing for them.
Yes.
I'll tell you why. People who are bedbound, and I can speak with some experience about this. My mother-in-law, who was 93 years old before she died, for 2 years before she died, she was completely bedbound.
Right.
Now, she was a great old lady. I got on really well with her, and she was bedbound. And now people who are bedbound, obviously, they sleep in bed. They have their hair washed in bed. They have body washes in bed. They eat in bed. Little accidents happen, can't be helped.
Right.
So you can take this off, wash it quickly, dry it quickly, have it back in the bed within a couple of hours. You never have to pay 25 or 30 pounds to have it dry cleaned. And here's the interesting thing. People who are bedbound do tend, if they're really bedbound, they get bed sores.
Yes.
And if you've ever seen bed sores, it's horrific. One of the biggest causes of bed sores is damp and moisture within the bed. And people who overheat, they're sleeping in their own sweat.
Yeah.
This will wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. If you have any member of your family who is bedbound, please buy them one of these duvets.
Yeah.
It will be the most wonderful thing you've ever done for them. I can assure you.
Also, if you have Airbnb or guest houses and things like that, apart from anything else, I'm sinking lower in this chair. It's because of the fact they're all washable duvets you can do yourself. By the way, just on the thing, if you do get to the point where, if you don't use a duvet cover and they do get to the point where they're stained beyond reproach, you can always put a duvet cover on them. And we had a question about duvet covers, standard size duvet covers. They even have, every one of them has the little ties in the corners.
You know why that is, Rob?
Go ahead, yeah.
Very often, my wife always tells me off, and she says, you forget to mention this. Always you forget to mention it, and I've forgotten again tonight, which will make my wife very happy. She loves when I make mistakes.
Yes, yeah, okay.
You know the feeling, don't you,
I
Rob?
do, I do.
I've been married to the lady for 49 years, and she does love it when I make mistakes. Right, the reason why we have that little tag on, very often when people perhaps live on their own, they're getting on in years and they're not as strong as they were. Maybe, unfortunately, their partner has passed away. They have a big, heavy, puffy duvet, right? They struggle to get it into the top cover.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Now, this is flexible and it's light. The biggest one we make, a Super King, only weighs 2.5 kilos. So one person can get it in the top cover with ridiculous ease. And that little tag is so you can pull it up tight into the corner.
Yes.
So it doesn't move when you sleep under it.
Some duvet covers have little loops inside.
Yeah, they do, yes.
So yeah, you can use any standard duvet cover. But again, advice, if you're going to all of the expense, and the reason you're buying these now is because they are natural fibers. You've got all of the natural properties of silk and all of the natural properties of Egyptian cotton. If you then go and throw a cheapo, nasty synthetic fibre over the top of it, then it's going to just impede the ability of the natural fibres. You want it to be breathable. You want it to be, to wick away the moisture and all that sort of thing. So my recommendation, and they're so cheap now, that you can get really good quality Egyptian cotton sheets on Amazon and things like that. Go with cotton. You know it's natural.
And remember, you don't need a top cover.
No, you don't need to.
No, some people just
yeah.
You know, as I was saying, 7 days ago, I was in Toronto selling these.
Yeah.
And in Canada, very often they don't put a top cover on at all.
They look blooming good on their own.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that again, Leslie? The other question? TOG. We haven't talked about this.
Well, there is
TOG ratings.
There's
and
no
weights.
TOG rating.
TOG ratings and weights.
Yeah.
I want to talk about.
There is no TOG rating with silk, no official TOG rating.
Yeah.
The reason being, silk is a low conductor of heat. It retains heat in a different fashion. So say a duck, goose, polyester, man-made fibre. It's just different. It retains heat in a different fashion. And two people who like a different temperature in bed. One lady said to me a while back, you know, I think it was at the Great Yorkshire Show, which comes in July every year. We've been exhibiting there for over 60 years, you know, 35 years selling silk duvets. One lady said to me, we're always on the same stand. And this lady said to me one year, you know, she said, I've been watching you for 5 or 6 years, and I come and have a little chat to you every year. She said, this year, I'm going to buy one. And she did. And the following year she came up, she said, you know, she said, I got one off you last year. She said, I wish I had bought it years ago. And if I had a penny in the bank for everybody that said that to me over the years, I wish I had bought it years ago.
Yeah.
Once they've slept under it, they just think, my goodness, what have I missed all those years?
We're going to go over all the benefits of silk again, maybe if you have just tuned in. I know that it does sound too good to be true, and it is too good, but it is true. And the fact, I just want to reiterate to you that if we say this wakes you up in the morning and makes you a cup of coffee and gives you a handshake and a kiss on the cheek before you go to work, it has to be true. Everything we're saying about this, when you get this at home, it's a bit, any Doctor Who fans out there, what's the first thing any new companion says when they go into the TARDIS? Oh, it's bigger on the inside. The first thing every single customer of Mulberry Silk Duvet says when they get it at home is, oh, it's very thin.
Yep, everyone.
And you're going to say to yourself, I feel like Rob's ripped me off here. He's gone and sold me a dud. Oh, that Rob. Oh, I'll have him when I see him next. Oh, well, I paid for it. I might as well sleep under it. And you'll put it on your bed, and you're going to, within minutes, and I do mean within minutes, you're going to go, oh, wait a minute. No, and by the time, second night of sleeping under this, you're going to say, no, Rob was absolutely right.
Well,
size does not matter. It's about quality.
Don't confuse bulk with warmth.
Exactly.
Last Wednesday, I was selling these in Reykjavik in Iceland.
Yeah.
It's cold there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very.
And last Friday, I was selling them in Toronto in Canada.
Yeah.
Cold there.
Yes.
Right? One of my friends was telling me, he lives in Calgary, a few weeks ago, it was minus 28 degrees.
Yes.
Now, we've been selling these in places like Iceland and also in places like Canada for 35 years. So we couldn't continue to sell them if they didn't keep you hot.
I tell you for a fact, and this is, you've got to check out, because we're about to run out of just everything. Sizes. I guarantee in the dead of winter, it was -7 outside, no central heating on, with a cracked window, and one of these, within 5 minutes, I was the perfect temperature. And the fact is, with silk, it regulates temperature, so you never get too hot, you never get too cold. It's the Goldilocks syndrome. You're always just the right temperature for you. You could wear these in Arctic conditions, use these in Arctic conditions, even at that thinness. So again, silk, if you think about it like this, silk protects the silkworm. It's a cocoon. And in the middle of Central Asia, China rather, very, 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 very hot, and all kinds of inclement weather, and humid and raining,
humidity
sometimes
is a terrible
cold
problem.
at night.
Yeah.
So it's got to protect that thing against all conditions, and that's essentially what it's now doing for you.
Rob, here's something else that might interest the viewer. There may be people watching who are thinking to themselves, do I need one or do I not? This might help them make their mind up. When I drove down from Scotland this morning, we passed quite a few motorhomes and caravans. Now, the caravanners and people with motorhomes are some of our best customers.
Yeah.
And this is what happens. We exhibit at every major caravan show in Britain and have done for 65 years. And for 35 of those years, selling silk duvets. Now, sometimes, say in the summertime, these caravan shows are usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? People come on Friday afternoon, they get the caravan sorted out, get their awning out, the tables, the chairs, all the bits and pieces, and then they start to walk around the trade stands. And say a husband and wife are two people who share a bed. Doesn't have to be a husband and wife. They can come up and they're undecided. Do I need one or do I not need one? This is what I say. I say, well, take it, pay for it, obviously pay for it, take it, sleep under it tonight in your motorhome or caravan on the show. If you don't like it, bring it back in the morning and I'll refund your money. Now, given that choice, virtually everybody buys one. The following morning, this is a fact, Rob, 30 to 35% of all the people who've bought one, say on a Friday afternoon, come back on a Saturday morning to buy a second one.
Second one. They
They've
don't
slept-
return it. They
they've
get another
slept
one.
under it for one night.
Yeah.
And immediately, the duck goose feather polyester duvet that's been used to sleeping under for all the married life.
Goes in the bin.
No, it goes in the back bedroom.
Oh, for the guests.
Or it goes up in the loft.
In the loft, exactly.
Right.
Ray, we've got to move on to the mattress. I just want to say, Mrs. T just sent a lovely email in saying she's got a duvet for herself and also one for her 6-year-old daughter who has allergies, and she's going through menopause at the moment.
Yeah.
I promise you have my word. I listen. There's no way I would sit and say anything I'm saying tonight if it wasn't true, because I'd be found out so blooming quickly. I'd never work again, you know. And I pride myself on being honest. And also, everything going to be sent back. You know, Ray'd go out of business. It would be a disaster. Everything.
We'd get sued.
Well, sued as well. That guarantee from people at the show, you've got that too, because you'll get this in a few days. You will sleep under it for a night or two, and you will probably wish that you'd bought an extra one. That's why I'm saying buy what you need, buy what you want. Sorry, don't buy what you need. Buy what you want now, especially if you're using PayPal Pay in 3, because you can spread the cost up to 3 months interest-free. Because once you've slept under these for one night, you're going to wish you'd bought more for other people, potentially in your household or your family. So those are the duvets. The single is almost sold out. We've got about 4 or 5 of those, I think, isn't it? So next 4 people to the phones or the internet will get the single. We're about half the stock of the double, was it? Yeah, about half the stock of the double. King size, how much? About 20% left, something like that? 20%, and then the Super King is sold out. So actually, we're almost sold out completely across the duvets. The only ones that might survive the night are the double and possibly a handful of the Kings. Hundreds of you have bought the pillow. What percentage of the pillow's gone now? We're just going to have a little look. Just bear with. Right, so there's only about a third of the stock left of the blimey of the pillow.
Oh, my goodness.
That was like 600-700 we started.
I think
So
you had actually more than that, Rob.
Wow, about a third of the stock left of the
That's
pillow.
amazing.
And you know
Thank
what?
you very much.
People will watch the
viewers.
repeat of this tomorrow, and these things will all sell out.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to the mattress now, and I'm sorry it took us a little while to get there, but typically what happens is that at the end of the show, people do check out. But then also the next day, a lot of people record the show now on account of the fact we're on between midnight and 3, and our sales typically, or the number of items sold typically either doubles or goes up by at least a third later today. So actually, if you're watching live now and you have the ability to check out, do it for God's sake, because otherwise, if you decide, oh, I'll just go to sleep and then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll do it later, then you'll probably find these items have sold out because someone will have beaten you to it. It's my advice. You don't have to take it. Right.
Mattress.
Mattress. See, little thing. You probably still do. You sleep under a mulberry silk duvet, as I do. You sleep with your head on a mulberry silk pillow. You do make mattress toppers, which are exactly the same as a mulberry silk duvet, but with the gusset, so you can sleep on top of mulberry silk. But apparently no one ever buys those. I don't know why. So, all right, forget those. If you want them, you can get them on the RK Sales website. I think they're amazing, but that's just me. But now with the mattress, you've gone, okay, let's cut out the middleman. Let's give everybody the ability to sleep on top of mulberry silk as well.
Well, what actually happened when we decided to go into the mattress end of the business, we had to make a decision. Now, as you know from previous shows we have done, we exhibited exhibitions and we talk direct to the public. For roughly 250 days every year, we're at an exhibition somewhere talking direct to the public. and we can ask the public their likes and their dislikes.
Yeah.
So we're quite a good barometer as to what the public like and don't like.
Yeah, sure.
Now, basically with mattresses, there's only two things you can have: memory foam or springs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, we discovered some people like memory foam,
Right.
but an awful lot of people don't. The main complaint seemed to be with memory foam, you overheat, you get too hot in bed. And secondly, it tended to lose shape very, very quickly.
Yes.
You ended up sleeping in a recess
Yes.
in the middle of the mattress.
Yes.
Now, what happened, Rob, I must tell you, my wife and I, about 9 or 10 years ago, went to buy a mattress. We went into the mattress shop, and my wife insisted I went with her. I didn't want to go, obviously, but she insisted, so I went with her, because she said, if you don't come with me, if I buy one and you don't like it, you blame me, right? She says, come lie down on it, see if you like it. So I lay down on this mattress. It was memory foam. It felt quite nice. I bought it, paid about £1,100 for it, just short, and we had it delivered. Now, within 4 months, we didn't like it at all.
Right.
We were overheating, huge recess in the middle where it had lost shape.
Yes.
And that happens an awful lot with memory foam.
Sure.
Right, so what we decided to do as a company, we decided to go with springs. Now, what I've done is this. I brought back a little cut-down version of the old-fashioned springs that you would get.
Serpentine spring.
Yes, serpentine springs, yeah. Now, you can see they're quite large in diameter. Each one is attached to the one next door, and you have a serpentine rail that runs around the edge to hold it all together.
By the way, the London Dungeon called. Could you return that tomorrow?
Yes, torture instrument.
Exactly.
Now, here's the
Of
problem.
electrodes, you'd be well away.
Here's the problem, Rob. I weigh roughly 220 pounds. Right? My wife weighs about 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Now, the average person turns over in bed, is estimated, 15 times in a night
Wow.
time. So when I turned over, being heavy, the whole bed turned with me.
Do you know that will actually reduce when you've got a better duvet and pillow? Because
Yes.
You don't wake up as much. If you wake up and you're almost where you fall
Correct.
asleep, that means you're sleeping properly.
That's
Sorry, I
absolutely
didn't mean to
accurate.
interrupt. I just wanted
But if you don't have the proper mattress, you have
won't.
the old-fashioned mattress. When I turn over, my wife turned over with me. Now she's awake when she should be asleep.
Yes.
So what we've done, we've got the modern version, which you can see the difference here. Now, as you can see, the springs are much smaller, and there's many more of them.
Yes.
I think from memory, there's about 800 in a double mattress.
Oh, wow.
Each one has an individual overcoat
Yeah.
to keep it protected. Now, watch this.
Yeah.
The only spring that moves is the spring where the weight is directly above it.
Yeah.
So if I press down in the corner there, it goes flat,
Yes.
but the springs either side don't move. So this is a
It
support.
moulds to you.
Yes, this is a support mattress. You don't sink into it, right?
Yeah.
You lie flat out on it. It's medium firm.
Okay.
There are no dust mites in it.
Because of the
Dust
silk.
mites don't like silk.
So
There are-
where's the silk in the mattress?
I'm going to tell you now,
Okay.
there are 5 different layers,
Yeah.
right? You have the base, then you have 5 different layers of felt, and the top layer is silk.
We'll show you the
Now,
layers in a minute. Yeah.
the interesting thing is, let me show you this here, look. This is a cut-down version. You'll see it much better.
Yes.
Have a look at this. This is the mattress you're going to have delivered when you buy it. We have a premium mattress and a premium plus.
Yes.
Now, as you rightly pointed out to the customer or the potential customer, we are offering tonight the premium plus at the same price you would normally pay for a premium mattress.
right, which is the pillow
Now, the
top.
advantage of the premium plus, not only do you have the silk inside the mattress, you have an extra layer of silk on top
Yep.
to give you extra comfort.
So is that pillow top a bit like a
Yes,
duvet?
can you see it? There
Yeah.
where my hand is. That's
Can
beautiful.
we show the planogram or whatever you call it? So there
Yeah.
it is. So there.
You'll be able to see it on the television there.
So why is there silk inside the mattress? What does that do?
It's just to keep you cool so you don't sweat.
Right.
And there's no dust mites because it's healthy.
So what is the cocoon fibre on the top?
the white fibre.
Well, it says on there that we've got luxurious white cocoon fibre.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that is only, to the best of my knowledge, Rob, there's only 2, maybe 3 companies that have this. It's what's known within the bedding industry. Marks and Spencer's have it.
Oh, okay.
And they're top grade mattresses.
Yes.
You can check that. They call it luxury white fabric. It's a mixture of various fabrics to give you extra strength and comfort on the top.
See.
So basically, you're getting an absolutely top quality mattress, which is going to keep you cool. There's no dust mites. If you share a bed with someone who sweats, please buy it.
Yes.
If you're a lady going through the menopause, think about this, Rob. Let's say you're a lady going through the menopause, you're tossing and turning at night, duvet off, duvet on. Now you sleep on a mattress that's packed with silk, with an extra layer on top for comfort. You sleep under a duvet that's packed with silk.
Yeah.
Now you're totally encased in the finest, cocooned in the finest fabric known to man.
Well, I used to say to
Triple
people,
A grade mulberry silk.
do you remember I used to say for years when we worked together on the other channels that it's just a complete waste of time spending all that money on silk to sleep on top of you if you then sleep on polyester or something rubbish underneath.
But Rob, here's the important thing.
Yeah.
People might be thinking to themselves, hold on a minute, there's a little fly in the ointment here. Raymond's telling me this is the best mattress, the best duvet you could possibly buy. Rob is telling me this is the best mattress, best duvet you can possibly buy. Why is the price so low? Because I think for a mattress you're charging.
Well, 500 is for
what size was that?
That's
for?
the king size, 500
Right.
quid.
Well, I paid £1,100 for a memory foam one 9 years ago.
I paid 900. If I got a discount,
Now,
900 for a box
here's
spring.
the reason why the quality is so high and the price is so low.
Yes.
There is a reason, Rob.
And that is?
And here's the reason. Normally, when you have a mattress ready to be sold to the public or a duvet, you take it to a distributor. He then takes it to a wholesaler. The wholesaler takes it to the shopkeeper. And each one of those people, quite rightly,
adds on a bit of their
a bit of profit for themselves.
Slices of pie.
We've eliminated those 3 people. We only have one partner in every country. Our partner now for the United Kingdom is ShopOnTV.
So you can't buy this anywhere apart from your
else,
website.
no. And you can't buy it at this price even from us.
No, because.
But here's the interesting thing, Rob. We haven't mentioned. When I bought my memory foam mattress, I lay on it for 4 or 5 minutes. I thought it was wonderful. After 4 months, I couldn't wait to get rid of it. Right? We sell this with a 60-day money-back guarantee. It comes in a brown box. You open the box, put it in the bed. A couple of hours later, you can sleep on it.
Is it rolled up? Is
yes.
It vacuum packed?
You don't have to keep the packaging. Put that in the bin. Sleep on it for 60 days. And if you don't like it, and that's highly unlikely, you phone us up. We send you a bag. You pop it in a bag, giant shopping bag. You pop it in. Phone us. We have it picked up and taken away, and we refund every penny you paid for it.
The only thing you wouldn't, obviously the P&P, that's the only part you don't get back.
You've got 60 days to try it, and it's half the price of memory foam, and it's 10 times better, in my opinion.
I know we're on telly, and so, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I apologise for being dreadfully rude, but my mattresses, I've told this story so many times. I got them from a famous sleep store, and they were on sale, sort of 40% off, I think it was. They were supposed to be £900 or £1,000, and when I got them home, they're just basic box springs. They were painful and horrible and uncomfortable from day one. They're finally at the point now where the springs have degraded so much that my bum print is in one of them, and I'm about to throw them out. So, sorry, talk amongst yourselves. I want to talk to Ray about buying my next mattress, because let's face it, and I'll do that on your behalf. I've got Mulberry Silk everything. I'm the Mulberry Silk king. I might as well get the full set. Tell me why I should.
Here's something else I must mention to you. And again, you're right. You've been very honest with the public tonight. You've stressed on more than one occasion that the public must do their own research. We have governed very much we have to be careful what we say. We're not doctors.
No.
We're not medical practitioners.
No.
So we're only allowed to say so much. Now, what I'm going to say next is simply my own personal opinion,
Yeah.
right? When I was a young man, 23, 24 years old, and that's a long time ago, I was showing Rob tonight, actually, on my telephone.
Yes, yeah, it was
A
great.
picture of the day I was married.
60 years
60 years ago,
Amazing.
right? It's a fact. So
I hope
when
I'm
I was a young
not
man, 23, 24 years old, I had a slip disc cut out my back.
Yeah.
And I've had a weak back ever since, right? Since I've slept in this mattress, my back has improved tremendously.
Yes.
My eldest son is 60 years old. He's got a bad back too, and his back has improved tremendously. I'm not going to say it's cured.
No,
it's
no, no.
not.
But
But
it is-
it has improved.
You've got the right-
pain factor has improved.
If you've got the right support, it can,
Yes,
we know
you're
it
not
can help.
sinking into it.
Can I just very quickly ask, and I do apologise because I was given this information earlier and I got so caught up in what we were talking about. With the mulberry silk duvets and pillowcases, you deliver everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
Including Northern Ireland?
Well, I love Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
I lived in Northern Ireland for nearly 3 years. My youngest son, Scott, was born
Yeah.
there.
And the
I'll
Channel Islands.
If you order in Northern Ireland, guarantee I'll get it to you within 48 hours.
Channel Islands,
Yes, no
islands,
problem.
and the
No problem.
islands of Scotland, obviously.
No problem.
If you didn't deliver to everyone in Scotland, that would be, you might as well pack up and go home, mate, frankly. It's like, you got to
Sell
take care of the
lots of
lads
stuff.
and lasses
Sell
up
lots of
there.
stuff in Scotland.
One day, I can't wait until, and I hope it's soon, I'm going to, because I love Glasgow and Edinburgh equally,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to live midway between the two, but I will come, I am eventually going to move out there. I love
Yeah,
it.
they're both nice cities.
Yeah, I've got
Glasgow's
stuff to
nicer.
mate. Yeah. Well, it is now.
Glaswegian, this is a myth. Glaswegians and Edinburgh people have this little bit of a banter.
Yeah.
You know, Edinburgh people think they're better than us, but we know we are better than them.
I love it. And this mattress also, again, Northern Ireland.
No problem.
Islands, everywhere. I don't know about Southern Ireland, or I don't know if that's. No, we don't do Southern Ireland as generally as a company. I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right. So again, seriously, Ray, because you know me, I have all my friends and family have got mulberry silk.
Yeah.
We are decked out. Why can you give me an idea as to why this is best? Because I only want the best.
Well,
I know you only make the best.
Well,
so it must be the best. But why is it?
It's better for 3 reasons that I can think of.
Yeah.
Quick. Hygienic.
Yeah.
No dust
In
mite.
here is all mulberry silk.
Yes, it's all mulberry silk.
Yeah, yeah.
Hygienic.
Full length fibres like the duvet.
100%. We only use long fibre.
Right,
It's as
right.
simple as that. There's no point buying like Tussa silk. Tussa silk's wild silk that grows in a forest and is picked up by hand and chopped up and thrown in.
Right.
You'll find a lot of silk is Tussa silk.
Right.
This is triple-A grade mulberry.
Mulberry silk.
Made by the official Mulberry Silk Company.
So at least I know I'm sleeping on mulberry silk. And then what about the other components? You know,
All-
what expertise went into making
Well,
the mattress?
Well,
You know,
expertise is governed by the people, the knowledge of the people who make it. Something I mentioned, it's just a small detail.
Yeah.
You know, I forget to mention things at times, but you actually mentioned it the last show we did.
Yes.
And you were quite right, you picked up on it.
Uh-huh.
The springs within this mattress
Yeah.
are reinforced. That was the word you
Yes,
used.
yes.
Right up to the edge.
Yeah.
And that's important. A lot of springs stop before the edge.
Yes, yeah.
Most people, when they get dressed in the morning, men put
to
their
bed,
socks,
yeah.
their underpants on, ladies put their tights on,
Yeah.
their underwear on. They sit in the edge of the bed. And if the springs are not to the edge, it dips and you end up slipping off the bed. We go into minute detail. We try our very best to give the customer top quality. And that's the reason why, from a standing start 30 odd years ago, a tiny little company, we now export all over the world.
And also, you listen to your customers, don't you? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
What do you reckon, Dave? Want to go? Get these? Listen, honestly, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I've worked with Ray. I've known Ray for, gosh, many years. But we've worked together for at least the last sort of 7 or 8 years.
Yes,
something like
been
that.
a pleasure.
Likewise, and I'd
Thank
like to
you.
say that Ray has genuinely become a friend and one of the few people in the world I actually truly respect. I know you wouldn't make something that's rubbish. You wouldn't put your name on it. You just
Well, I
wouldn't do it.
mentioned to you the first time we ever met, I mentioned to you, we were just sitting in the green room.
Yeah.
And we were discussing the products we were going to talk about for the next hour on TV. And I did mention to you, and I mentioned again to you tonight, the man who makes these is a perfectionist.
Oh,
and he's one of the nicest people I have ever met in my entire
and an
life.
expert in sleep technology, in mattresses, and one of the leading people
the
in the
public
world.
might be looking, oh, I would expect them to say that, but I genuinely mean that. He just doesn't cut corners. It's his business to make a friend, not an enemy, when he sells them a product.
But also, you know, you'd get, if they all came back after 60 days, again, you'll only get a fresh, brand new
Rob,
mattress. They
yourself-
can't send these out to somebody else.
Ask yourself this question.
Yeah.
You and I have both been selling stuff in TV for over 20. I mean, I've been doing it for nearly 40 years, and that's a fact.
Since
How many
93.
products do you know that have been sold in TV every couple of weeks for the last 20 odd years?
Well, I know.
They come and they go.
There you go. That's right.
This lasts because nothing beats quality. At the end of the day, quality wins every single time.
I tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. So, again, because one of the things I'm a very honest person anyway, and I was a right so-and-so in my 20s. So in my 30s, I did actually make the conscious decision that I would never knowingly tell a lie if I could help it. And I've stuck to that. Honestly, I have. It's very, very difficult sometimes. But I want to be completely honest with you. I've not slept on a Cocoon mattress. I've not tried it yet. I have no idea. I can't say from any position of authority whatsoever that it's any good, except that I know it's made by the Mulberry Silk, the official Mulberry Silk company, and that Ray Kennedy is sitting here telling me, you know, this is the mattress that he's backing. He puts his name to, and I know because of my experience with Mulberry Silk, it's got to be that good. But I can't wait to try it. So what I am going to do is the mattresses on my bed and my son's bed, they've seen better days. We're about to chuck them out. We're about to move possibly, and that's always a good time to change a mattress. So I will get one, and I will get it delivered, and I will sleep on it, and I will I will report back.
Well,
This is going to be my next choice of mattress because I trust you.
interestingly enough, Rob,
Yeah.
does the name Jamie Martin mean anything to you?
It rings a bell.
What does he do?
He runs a little business called ShopOnTV.
How long has he been on television selling products?
He's been behind the scenes of companies that do that for 15 years, something
15
like that.
years. When we came
Well,
here...
no, longer than that even.
Yeah, I
20
would
years.
think so, 20. When we came here 4 months ago, within 2 days he phoned up and he bought two duvets, king size, one for himself and one for his sister.
Yeah,
And you know why he did that? He had spoken to the presenters.
He came to me and he said, "Are they really that good?"
Yeah.
But Jamie, what do you think I'm saying on the telly? Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Get them. If you don't, you're a blooming fool.
Now, surely that'll put anybody
I talked to him
listening,
like that.
that'll put their mind at ease. The man who owns this television company, vastly experienced, got his credit card out and bought two duvets.
Yeah.
You can buy anything we are offering with total confidence, because if you don't like it, you can have your money back. What have you got to lose by trying it? Nothing.
Well, exactly. Whereas you have everything to lose if the product was rubbish.
Because if it's bad and you send it back,
go out of
we
business.
have to destroy it.
No, 30 plus years you've been in business. You know.
Well, 65.
Oh, 65,
But for
sorry.
35 years
Yes.
selling silk duvets.
Silk duvets,
As a company, we're the distributor for the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
We've been in business 65, 66 years. But 36 actually, selling silk duvets.
I can't wait. I can't wait to try it, honestly, because I could sleep on bricks and it would be better than sleeping on those abominations of mattresses that I wasted my money on 5-6 years ago. So do check out. Yeah, look, again, seriously, try it. You're not saying you're going to buy it now. You're just saying you're going to try it now. The single is $360. The double is $450. The King is 500, the Super King 550. Maybe now is the time to upgrade your mattress or upgrade the size of your bed. Maybe you're going to go for a Super King. There's nothing better than a Super King bed. I've got a Super King bed. It's like having 2 single beds. I've just never had anyone to share it with yet, but I know theoretically it's great because then, you know, you can almost have your own sleeping zone if you've got a partner. But the prices are amazing. Remember, the PayPal is going away after midnight tonight, or at midnight tonight for probably 2 or 3 weeks. I'm looking completely the wrong direction. 2 or 3 weeks. So if you want to take advantage of PayPal Pay in 3 and spread the cost interest free, now's the time to do it. I'm not. The last thing I want to do is push you into buying this or buying anything if you're not sure. But please understand that what I say is true, and I do mean it. I am genuine on my son's life. He's standing right there, and no lightning striking him down so far. Good, excellent. On the lives of my parents, everything I have said tonight is 100% absolutely true and accurate. On the record, I'd swear on any holy book you threw at me if that mattered to you. So please, if you're one of these people, because there are people for 3 hours almost, or 2.5 hours we've been broadcasting tonight, if they bumped into me in the street tomorrow morning would say, is it really that good, that duvet? Yes! Sorry, that's just probably completely destroyed the sound desk. Sorry about that. Sorry, ITV. Sorry, everybody in presentation and MCR ITV. That was my bad. Yes, it is. I mean it. So please, don't buy it or don't not buy it just because you think that I'm only saying this on telly and that if I knew you personally or... Yeah, you'll get your money back on the duvets. No, we don't. I'm not allowed to. Shop on TV, we're not allowed, because of various rules and regulations, to offer an unconditional money-back guarantee on the pillows and duvets. I hate that. I really despise it. Mm-hmm. But you are, because it's your company. Because they go back to you. You are getting an unconditional money-back guarantee on the pillows, on the mattresses,
on everything,
and on the duvets. You'll get your money back if you're not satisfied. So, do you have to turn the mattress? Sheila wanted to know. Thank you, Sheila, for your question.
Yes, you can turn it.
You can rotate it.
Yes,
you
rotate
flip it,
it.
though,
Yes,
because it's got a pillow top. And how often?
Well, to be honest with you, I rotate mine about, I'd say once every 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but you can.
You don't have to.
You don't flip it because you've got the pillow top.
Yeah, you don't have to.
And remember, it's got a 10-year guarantee. Listen, we are going to take a very, very brief pause so that you can see some other information about Shop on TV, because frankly we've been talking and nattering at you for a good 2.5 hours. So we're going to have a little glass of water or something. We'll be back with you in about 3 minutes, and here's how to order.
There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with Shop on TV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, ShopOnTV.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with Shop on TV.
Keep up to date with all the latest news, information and special offers from Shop on TV by following us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok and YouTube. You'll find us at Shop on TV Live. Be a part of our fun community at Shop on TV.
At Shop on TV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly, conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. Our nightly live broadcast is your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at ShopOnTV.co.uk. So, when it's time to shop, Shop on TV. Shop on TV broadcasts live across the nation, every night from midnight to 3, exclusively on ITV1 and STV. Away from your television, we've got you covered. The live broadcast is also streamed on our website, shopontv.co.uk, and on our YouTube channel at ShopOnTV Live, where you can catch up on anything you've missed. Our nightly show features a carefully curated collection of must-have items at budget-friendly prices. Many of our TV offers are only available for a limited time, or while stocks last. So before you go to bed, why not make it your nighttime ritual to tune in and check out the latest and greatest before it's too late. Shop on TV. Outstanding quality, remarkable value and tremendous savings. Every night from midnight to 3 on ITV1 and STV.
You're watching Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E, and the amazing Ray Kennedy, one of the most formidable people I've ever had the good pleasure to know in my life, quite seriously. There are certain, well, you know how you just meet certain people? You, sir, are a national treasure.
Thank you, Rob. Tell my wife.
I will. I'll put that in writing if you want me to. Now, over here, we have something rather special, which I have presented myself, but they come from your company, from Arcade Sales, and so we wanted to talk about them briefly while you're here. Here's a little story. I want to tell you a little story. I've got to tell you a story.
Max Bygraves.
Max Bygraves, that's right. So Ray one day called me up and he said, "Hey Rob, I won't do the accent because I could, but I won't.
Do it, Rob. Do it. Go for it.
Rob, I've got this great stool." And I said, "Stool?" Ray said, "Aye, a great stool." And he was telling me all about this stool. And I said, "Well, in that case, Ray, would you mind sending me a stool sample?"
There's a joke there somewhere.
Somewhere, I'm looking for, and he did. And this is not just a stool. This, I mean, this is, it could be so many things. Oh no, what happened? It's collapsed, Ray.
Wonderful.
Yeah, wait a sec. Oh, look at that now, Ray. It's become a stool again.
Correct.
These are phenomenal.
And we're selling so many of them.
Yes. Height of a standard seat when it's at full
That's
extent.
exactly what it is, the height of this seat we're sitting on now.
What is amazing about these is that they take up to 250 kilos.
Yes.
330 pounds, I believe it is.
330.
Yeah, and which is about 23 and a half stone. Although I'm a bit more than that, and they take my weight, no problem whatsoever. I always explain that they've been engineered to sort of, you know, like Six Sigma in aircraft. That they could take a lot more weight than they're rated for, but you do that just for safety's sake. Tell us a bit about these in your own words.
Well, you know, we sell many products within our company. Our main product is mulberry silk.
Yes.
And this is a product we have picked up on. We found it at a trade fair, and it's wonderful. Now, you notice you can adjust it to different sizes.
Yes.
So if you have children that like to be low down, whatever size you want, you can adjust it to. And people use it, you know, it's amazing the uses you have for it. Even something simple like if you're getting on in years and you take the dog for a walk, perhaps you get a little bit tired. If you're in a field somewhere, you can have it over your shoulder, take it off your shoulder, pop it up, sit down in the field, let the dog run around, and you've got somewhere to rest. One lady was telling me when she's standing waiting for a bus, if the bus takes a long time coming, she pops it down, she sits on it, takes the weight off her legs.
Yes.
People who go gardening, they absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Adjust it to any height.
Photographers, Martin, you're somewhere.
Photographers go mad.
Yeah.
We did the photography show. They were buying them 6 and 10 at a time.
Yeah.
People with caravans and motorhomes, they form a queue to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you have children in particular, the kids love it. They just pop it down and they've got a great time. And you've got your little boy here. He weighs about 15 stone of solid
come on,
muscle.
Little boy. Do you want to? Yeah. Why don't you take the blue? I'll move this one here. You can sit on the blue one if you like. Come sit next to Daddy.
Yeah.
You won't see him. You won't see him in the two shop, but you'll see him in. He'll get his own little. There he is, just there.
You see?
What I want to say, so they're 9.5 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
Across that way. Hello, son.
And they've got a shoulder strap too.
I was just going to say, so there is a Velcro strap here, like that, you see. So you do that, and then that removes the strap from the top, and then you've got a little adjuster. So what you can do is you can extend if I get it, do it the right way, extend the length of it. I'm pulling the wrong cord, aren't I?
Yeah.
There we are. So
There
you can
you are.
extend the length of it, and then you can. Would you like to put that over your shoulder, son?
So you see, you just
They've
carry it with
ready
you
now.
wherever you go. If you go walking, sometimes, I mean, I know I go walking when I'm at home. There's a pond close where I live. It's a mile and a half, and I walk round it. And sometimes there's benches, of course, and sometimes in the summertime in particular, the benches are full. There's nowhere to sit down. People sitting, having a rest, having an ice cream. I just take one of these, I pop it down, and I sit and I watch the world go by.
Watch the world go by.
Watch the world. Wonderful.
Eating ice cream. You know, we last night we had. I know you watched the presentation. We had a mop.
Yes. Floor scrubbing.
Floor scrubbing mop, and a lot of the disabled people who use that mop because of its ability to work down low, were saying that what they tend to do is they get a little stool and put it in the middle of the room, and then they clean
Whiz
around
around.
them and then move. This will be perfect for. Are you right there? Yeah.
And it holds, listen, it holds up 300 odd pounds. It's strong.
It says
Flex, and it doesn't weigh a lot. It weighs very little.
330 pounds, 250 kilos, 23 and a half stone. Now we do
Money back if you're not pleased.
Yeah, if you don't like it, they're so well made. They really are absolutely. Are you comfortable? You can talk. Just talk loudly.
I love it.
He loves it.
He loves it.
He loves it. But this is perfect for something like your bedroom. You know, when you have guests around, when you have parties and things like that. Playing what? What playing? What was that?
Yes.
When you're at your desk. Oh, I thought playing the keyboard
You know,
or something.
in my house we have a conservatory at the back, and when the family comes, we always run out of chairs.
Yeah.
So for the little kids, I've got grandchildren aged from 24 years old right down to 3 years. It's a fact.
Yeah.
So the little ones, you can just pop one of these up, they can sit on it. My granddad can sit on it too. I mean,
They are very comfortable and they're very sturdy. Now, look, we do say, and it does say on the instructions as well, they are not recommended for you to stand on.
don't stand on it.
Don't stand on it, certainly when they're at full height, because they're not stable enough. They haven't got a wide enough bottom to keep them stable. Story of my life, that. But I would say that when you go down to, if you adjust it down to a lower level like that, maybe if you've got a toddler who's training to use the toilet, as long as they're supervised and someone's holding them, they would be sturdy enough. Or if you want a little step up to get onto the top shelf, that would be fine. Incidentally, to adjust the height, you have to fully extend. So you go clockwise with your right hand and anti-clockwise with your left hand.
And you know, I must also mention, it's just coming back to me now, Martin, my son, is with me here. We sponsor a local children's team at home. And Martin, you know, we sponsor them to buy the strips, that type of thing. And Martin took one of these up when he was training the children Saturday morning. He goes in to help. The people who train the kids, like a lot of dads do. He popped one down. He was sitting watching the kids playing football on it. And all of a sudden, everybody came up and said, where'd you get that? Can we have one? So if you take the kids out in football on a Saturday morning, get one, just sit down and watch football.
It's 20 quid. I mean, I looked at knee pads when I was doing housework. I mean, they were more expensive than this. Great housework, gardening, but you have, once it's fully extended, you twist it and then you can catch it at there are about 3 or 4 points while it will adjust.
You know, Rob, there's some clever people around who would think something like that up.
I know.
Some clever people around.
It is extraordinary.
And they're high quality.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
really
you must
are.
remember. The high quality. You won't snap or break these.
No, you won't.
You won't. They're not. They're one or two cheap and nasty versions around. This is high quality.
Yeah, you've got little grippy feet on it
Yeah.
as well. They green, orange, red, or blue are your colours. Get them while you can. I think they're
And
phenomenal.
as with all of our products, Rob, you have our address on it. So if you don't like it, you can have our money back. The address is on everything we sell.
Now, just before David wanted, he said, maybe, Dad, I could be a presenter on Shop on TV. I was literally just about to give him a screen test, and then they asked him to leave.
He'll be all right.
So go on, you get 30 seconds to say why you like this into my microphone.
Buy our products. That's why I like it.
Okay, you didn't pass the screen test, just FYI. I think I can tell you that up front.
David does well.
Give the boy an opportunity.
Listen, he's okay. He gave me a Krispy Kreme donut and a coffee tonight.
He did,
So
didn't
he's
he?
my best friend.
Yes, you're my best friend. Now, So, Jacqueline has just emailed. Thank you for your email, Jacqueline. Just before we go back to the duvets and pillows, she has the duvets and pillows. She's already a convertee on those. Do you think the mattress would work with an electronic or an automatic bed? Probably not. I would imagine it's not going to.
No,
it's not going to fold.
No.
It's
a support mattress.
Yeah, those mattresses are very specially manufactured to work with the angles of the bed. So sadly on that, no. Right, we are, you know what, we've got 20 minutes left. We'll do a recap of everything about mulberry silk and why you should buy it. I just want to give you a recap before I hand you back to Ray of what is available. There's not a lot left. We really have the dregs. So here's a reminder of where we're at. So maybe we can show all of the full page of the prices as well, if that's okay. So the single, we had 4, I think, wasn't it, when I last we checked in? Are there still 4 left? Oh, well, there are 4 left. Okay, so be quick if you want the singles. They'll be gone when basically when people wake up later today and they start coming back to watch the reruns of the show. That'll be gone. Double is the safest. We were at a third of the stock left on that, weren't we? Is that right? Yeah. Or was it a third or was it a half? I can't remember. Was it a third or a half on the double? I can't remember. Oh, sorry, a third of the stock left on the double. The King, we were down to, what, 20% or something like that? Super King sold out. So there's not a lot left. There's actually only about 20% of everything we started with left.
Been a monster show, hasn't it?
It has been a monster.
I'd like to thank the viewers very, very much. Every order, I can assure you, is appreciated very much.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? It's also appreciated. Oh, a good seat. God, and this isn't. Can you make seats? Can we get the official Mulberry Silk studio television seat? I do love sitting with my Mulberry Silk pillow. This is how I sit at home.
Right
with
then.
A pillow or a duvet. Do you want to recap for those who've just tuned in and maybe... By the way, when we say Mulberry Silk duvet, these were originally just called Mulberry Silk duvets, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then the Serenity Silk is an upgraded packaging that's exclusive.
In case you want to give it as a gift.
In case you want to give it as a gift. So that the Serenity Silk name, it's still a Mulberry Silk duvet.
Everything we are offering this morning, every item, is made by the official Mulberry Silk company.
Yes.
There's no inferior fibres mixed in. Our company is based in Vancouver. We export all over the world. Simple.
So in the next sort of 15 minutes, Ray.
Right.
Let's go back to basics.
Right.
Would you mind recapping everything you know about the Mulberry Silk duvet?
Right.
And why people should buy one now?
Well, this is not an ordinary duvet.
No.
You can buy ordinary duvets in any shop, any store in the United Kingdom. Any supermarket will sell you a duvet for as little as £10, £15. This is an extraordinary duvet. It's something special. There are only 2 component parts to this duvet: the top cover and the filling within the top cover. Now, the top cover is Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Anything above 180 is considered to be luxury. And the filling within the top cover is the finest silk known to man. Now, what I'm going to say next, I always ask the public for their own peace of mind. Check out what I'm going to say next on a computer. Go into a search engine, Google or Wikipedia, type in all about silk, and they will tell you within the silk industry, the professionals will tell you that mulberry silk is considered to be the king of silks. Now that's an interesting word, Rob, king.
Yes.
There can only be one king.
Yes.
Others would aspire to be king, but they can't be king. The king of silk is mulberry, according to the silk industry. Now we are the official mulberry company. Every strand of silk within this duvet is over a mile and a half long, unbroken in one piece. Now, it might interest the viewer if I could take maybe 30 seconds to tell you how we get the silk. We take the silkworm, place it in a large metal tray, roughly the size of this bed. We place the metal tray containing the worm into a darkened room, and we keep it there for 35, maximum 36 days. We feed the worm exclusively in mulberry leaves. Now, there's 3 different colors of mulberry leaves, red, black, and white. If you feed the worm in red and black mulberry leaves, you get a very high quality mulberry silk. If you feed them on the white mulberry leaves, you get the highest grade silk in the world. Now, there's a problem, Rob. There's always problems when you manufacture. The tree that provides the white mulberry leaf only grows in any commercial quantity in eastern and central China. So we constantly run out of AAA grade mulberry silk. And when we do run out, we stop manufacturing. We sit in our hands and we wait until Mother Nature, not a machine that you can plug into the wall and produce fabric from. Mother Nature provides the next batch of AAA grade
Presumably
mulberry silk.
The leaves are they're not evergreen trees. The leaves
No.
are only certain times of year.
Yeah,
year
they only blossom once a year.
Oh, once a year.
And in the whole of the world, Rob, of all the silk being produced,
Yeah.
only 6% is AAA grade mulberry. Yeah, mulberry silk.
And I was going to say, obviously,
Now-
all of the silk in all of your products is
After
white.
35, 36 days, it
Yeah.
kicks the cocoon off.
Yeah.
We place that in tepid water. All the silk floats off in one piece,
Yeah.
unbroken, a mile long at least.
Yeah, sometimes
That
2
allows
miles in some
them
cases. Yeah.
to stitch it around the perimeter. Now, it takes 2 skilled operators a day to a day and a half to make one duvet. Once they have anchored it around the perimeter,
About
it
15
can't move.
miles. About 15
Yeah,
miles.
about
of
15
silk, you
miles.
said, yeah.
They pull it towards themselves and they put these box cassettes in by machine. Now that means 2 things. It is a cocoon fiber designed by Mother Nature to gently fold itself around anything that sleeps within it or under it.
Got cocoon mattress
So
now.
yes, so it doesn't walk away in
Yeah.
the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You
It
don't
doesn't
wake
bunch
up.
up. It doesn't clump.
Yeah. You don't waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, one leg dangling out the bed, backside sticking out the duvet, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. I think most of the viewers know what I'm talking about. It gently folds itself around you, it cocoons you, and it stays there. And crucially, Rob, you get no cold spots.
No cold spots.
Wash it in the machine.
Yep.
Cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry, it dries quickly. Anybody who's bedbound, what a blessing that is. If you're bedbound, you know the problems. Your hair's washed in bed, your body's washed in bed, you eat in bed, you sleep in bed, accidents happen. Whip it off in the washing machine. The largest one we make, Super King, 2.5 kilos. It'll fit in any washing machine. Wash it quickly, dry it quickly. You never have to pay to have it dry cleaned. Any lady going through the menopause, any person who sweats in bed, it'll wick away 30% of his own weight in moisture or sweat. If you're going through the menopause, buy one. If you don't like it, and that's virtually impossible, phone us up, 1 telephone call, we'll refund your money with a smile on our face, with the same civility that we take the money from you, we will refund it. It's a 10-year warranty. The duvets we have in my bed at home are 29 years old.
I was going to say, there are so many people I know who've had their Marlborough silk duvets for 10, 20, 30
Yeah.
years. By the way, that unconditional money-back guarantee, that is direct from the distributor, from Ray's company itself. All details are on the tag. Every duvet, every pillow, every piece
Everything
of
we
bedding
sell, our
has their
addresses on.
contract.
We want the public to know where we are.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a little leaflet inside that ends up in the bin.
No,
And
no.
2 years from now, you think, how do I get in touch with these people?
It's attached to the product.
It's
yeah.
attached to the product.
And I love
Everything
that.
we sell, including that little stool we were on. Everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's complete peace of mind. You're not buying now. You're just deciding you're going to try now. All right, so...
No, that's
Fair
nice.
enough. Yeah, tell us about the benefits of silk then. Silk.
Well, the
itself.
benefits, warm in the winter, cool in the summer.
Yep.
Allergy board approved. The allergy board in the United Kingdom are based in Warwick University. And I say this as a compliment. they're very difficult people to satisfy. So much so, we're the only company currently selling silk duvets anywhere in the United Kingdom that have this coveted certificate. This certificate is issued for 1 year at a time. That's how clever they are. They do that for a reason. If our standards drop, this is taken away overnight. They can come into our premises unannounced. They don't phone up and say, I'm coming next week, next Tuesday, 10:30 in the morning. They just walk in off the street. And if our standards drop, this is taken away overnight. We have this for Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Ireland, all of the EU countries, 27 countries there, New Zealand and Australia. Now, the reason I bring that to the viewer's attention, I promise you, what satisfies the authorities in Canada very often doesn't satisfy the authorities in New Zealand. On this occasion, the quality of the product is so high and the manufacturing process is so precise and so perfect, they can find no fault. Their job is to find fault. That's their job. They can find no fault, so they've issued this coveted certificate. If you have allergies, I'm not saying this will cure them. What I am saying is the allergy board are saying to you, dust mites don't like silk, and there's no dust mites in silk.
Also, it goes further than that, because I was just thinking about this. So, reduction in dust mites, because they don't like to... So that's a big allergy cause, dust mites. But also, if you sweat into your products, that eventually, in most duvets...
It wicks away moisture.
But in most duvets and pillows, it doesn't.
No,
it stays in there and goes rancid and that forms bacteria.
It smells.
Other things love to live in there as well. So that creates allergies too. This is probably the most hypoallergenic duvet and pillow.
That's why it has the allergy board certificate.
Do you know what also, have you noticed, I've sat for most of the show with the pillow on my lap, because it's like a little comfort.
Do you know a funny thing?
I do not have a hot crotch, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you know
I have a lovely cool crotch.
Do you know a funny thing? This might help the viewers make their mind up. When we are outdoors, in the summer, we exhibit at every major agricultural show in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Every show, like a horse show, caravan show, in the summer when it's sunny, it's hot, we start exhibiting in the morning, say 8 o'clock, and we're there till 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And the sun very often is beating down on this duvet. It's on the counter, and the sun is beating down on it. And one of our sales techniques, we say to a potential customer, put your hand on that and touch it. And they can't believe it.
It's cool.
Even though it's been lying in the blazing sun for 4 or 5 or 6 hours. It's not hot, it's cool. And if you sleep under it, you'll be cool too.
Natural temperature regulation. So when you have it on you in the winter, your body puts out quite a huge amount of heat. But in all other types of man-made fibre and feather type products and other types of filling that you'd find in duvets, it traps that heat. So eventually it doesn't stop getting hotter and hotter. It's like a pressure cooker with a broken valve or no valve at all. So that's why you get to the point where you're like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. Because you as your body has to be very perfectly regulated temperature-wise. If you overheat, you would die. And I think it only takes 5 degrees to do it. So, you take the duvet off to allow the heat out. But then if it's the middle of winter and then all of a sudden, it cools down again and you're at room temperature, which might be very cold, you get cold, so you put the duvet back on again. What the silk does is it regulates it, so it dissipates a certain amount of the heat. It keeps you at just the right temperature. But also, even in the summer, if you wrap yourself in a mulberry silk duvet on a summer's day, and you think, I just get ridiculously hot. No, because your body puts out heat. Again, it dissipates it. It's like a pressure cooker.
Self-regulates.
It actually makes you feel cooler.
And you know the funny
summer.
thing, and I think every single viewer will agree with what I'm going to say next. Even on a boiling hot summer's night when you're in bed, it's very difficult to sleep with nothing on top of you.
Yeah.
Let's say you're just lying there in your pajama bottoms, and you're lying there, and you think, I'll take this duvet off, this feather duvet, because I'm too hot. After a while, you think, No, I'll have to put something on top of it.
I think it's a comfort thing. We had an email from, was it Pete? Yeah, so what is, he was saying he was sceptical many years ago about buying all of this, but Rob said live on air, try it. If you're not happy, you'll get your money back. And they've had theirs for 4 years. Perfect. And I'm telling you, you will not be, he said they're easy to wash, easy to hang on the line. I put mine on a clothes horse after they come out of the washing machine. They take about an hour and a half to dry. You will not be able to prove me a liar on this. Believe me, you can try all you like. I'm right.
Rob.
And you need to get one of these if you want a good night's sleep, in my opinion.
We're running out of time. Can I just say this? This is a fact. You take the 3 largest shops in Oxford Street. We're in the City of London.
Yes, we are.
We have sold, I guarantee you, tonight, more duvets and pillows in one night than they will sell in 1 year.
Yeah.
The 3 of them added together.
Yeah.
Now, when you sell that quantity of any product with a money-back guarantee, you have to be certain the people are not going to send it back.
Oh, I know.
Because if they do send it back, we're out of business.
Well, also, you know, we as a company, because we're a small team of people who've been around
Professional team.
been around the block for many years, and integrity. Our watchwords, I start right from, because I'm also head of TV as well as a presenter, which just means I work 2 jobs and never sleep. But it means I'm also very much in control as much as about what goes on the broadcast and all that sort of thing. It's early days, and it's always budget restrictive and so on and so forth. But we do what we can from day one. And Mark, everyone here in the crew will attest to this. I said that the watch or the slogan for our company would, if we're going to be a hit has to stand for honesty, integrity, and trust, and that we won't knowingly sell a product that we
don't like.
Don't like.
You don't know the history.
Or don't know the history. And when viewers tell us stuff that we're not aware of, we look into that, and if they're right, that there have been a couple of products that haven't.
One thing
back.
we haven't mentioned, we did mention right at the beginning, a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
Every single person watching loves a bargain.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, everybody.
Yeah.
Now, we are offering all of our products tonight, believe it or believe it not, at a price which is slightly less than we were charging for the duvet when we first launched it in Britain on television 22 years ago. So that's value for money.
It's value for money that also is for a limited time, because we literally had the last of Ray's stocks. Once all of this is sold out, it's probably mid-May, something like that. If there is another show, I don't think
we're trying. To be honest with you, I'm trying to redirect some stuff from Italy here.
Oh, okay. So there
but
may be
touch and go. The Italian boys can be very difficult.
They can be. So, but also the other thing is, unfortunately, currently our PayPal Pay in 3 is it's only for we can only keep it active for about 2 or 3 weeks. It's something to do with accounting. I don't know what it is. The bean counters tell me all of that. But it was our CEO who put his foot down and said that tonight we have to make sure we have the PayPal Pay in 3 for the Mulberry Silk. It's only around today. It's only around for today. After midnight, it's going to go away for probably 2 or 3 weeks. So if you want to spread the cost, and remember, you can spend up to £2,000 on PayPal Pay in 3 on one approval. So you do it online at ShopOnTV.co.uk. So this is the time to get multiple pillows, multiple duvets for the whole household, maybe for you and your friends or your family, certainly immediate family, particularly if you've got elderly people in the family, because they will, I think, benefit from these hugely as well. Because I know what will happen. If you're just buying for you now, or you're buying the minimum just to try because you're skeptical, after 1 or 2 days of sleeping with all of this bedding, you're going to go, oh, damn it, Rob was right. I should have bought everything at once, because now we don't have the PayPal Pay in 3. So you can always get your money back. So if you order everything you want now, as long as you can afford it, I don't want to put you in financial difficulty, as long as you can afford the repayments, get what you need now. So for you, for your partner, if you have one, for your kids, for your mum, for whoever, your grandparents, your in-laws, whoever it is that you feel you need to buy for all the rooms in your home, deck it all out with Mulberry Silk as much as you want to. And do that in one order with PayPal Pay in 3 now, because if you come back in a day's time to do that, PayPal Pay in 3 won't be available. You have to pay full price for it up front. So that's only if those interest-free payments are beneficial to you. That's something you need to do. The stock will probably 95 to 100% of the stock will sell out later today. We've almost sold out of we're down to 1 or 2 left on the single of the duvet. We've got about 15-20% left on the double. The king size, we're at about 30% of the stock left, and we sold out the super king. We've only got about, how many pillows have we got left, Leslie? It wasn't many, was it? So we've got about 100 pillows left. We started with
Sold a mountain of
thousands of
pillows.
them.
A mountain.
Yeah. So yeah, later today when people start watching the repeat, which is what people now do, or they go to YouTube and they watch it, they catch up. That's not a lot of stuff. We're only looking at maybe not even 150 items, maybe 160 items, and those will sell out later today. So I apologise if you are watching a repeat or you're watching the recording and you've gone to check out and things have sold out. I'm sorry if that's happened. There's unfortunately nothing I can do about that. Here's the pillow, 40 quid. Best pillow in the world.
Normally 60.
Normally 60. Honestly, I've tried just about every pillow there is now, Ray, and this is, to me, hands down, in my opinion, my experience, the best pillow. I've got 2 of them on my bed. Dave, my son's got 2 of them on his bed. You love them? Do your girlfriends love them? Sorry, girlfriend love them?
You know, David,
I'm just saying that.
fathers are very, very embarrassing.
Did I tell you about the time when he was a babe? No.
No, I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to check out now, please. Honestly, I want you to know, when you put these in your basket, the goods are not secured. It doesn't reserve you an item. You have to check out and pay, and then it's on the way. Ray, as always, it is a wonderful
I've enjoyed
experience.
myself tonight, and thank you to all the viewers. We've had a record show tonight.
We have.
And I must just say thank you. Every single customer, your customers appreciated. We'll look after you. Promise you.
They really will. One of the most just brilliant companies I've ever worked with. I'm off tomorrow night, so I will see you Thursday night. Bye for now.